And also, as a note, as you can see on the right there, all online brackets for the journey to the tour is first to 3. So if you're a first to 3 enjoyer like myself, you better sign up.
Yep, and on to the next. By the way, this is our first Kantour, but that isn't going to be the only one. We have Kantour 2 coming up on August 26th, just about a month away. Of course, so, you know, if you're a little bit busy, of course, you know, and of course, if you're competing, point situation, you know, a little bit differentiates, you know, you got to try next month. So, you know, put that on your schedule. Look forward to it. We're going to have a great time there.
Yeah, this is the first US online event for the tour. We're looking forward to it. We got some great matches for you tonight. And I believe that's everything out of the way now. Oh, and okay. Make sure you support the Matcherino. Code !Matcherino in the chat there. How could I forget the Matcherino? Go there. Make sure you claim your codes. If there are any bounties below that or missions, I forget what they call them on Matcherino here, make sure that you go and claim those too. Or if you have the ability to, make sure to contribute directly to the pot. Everything goes directly towards the players, and you help us out a great deal and help out those players with getting a good payout at the end for a great show tonight. Yeah, make sure you do that throughout the rest of the bracket, and we should be able to move into our games here. Yeah, like I said, SAPPYROOK versus Kiragaki. We have a very interesting first match to start off our Kantour #1 here. I won't lie, I guess counts big bodies, yeah, but Beelzebub, big body, or at least very tall, with very, very different game plans in mind. So we'll be in for a real treat now as we get kicked off with this first match of the night.
Beelzebub.
Yeah, both big boys, both very different operating ranges, if you will, right? Beelzebub, very happy to be completely on the other side of the map, especially against a character like this, like Wilnas, who just wants to go in. Look at that size difference, my goodness. We're starting off strong. Already pushing ourselves all the way to the corner, and a Klash to start it off too.
Yeah, right here, we are seeing, you know, the big difference in, you know, ranges. Kiragaki and, you know, their Beelzebub, they do like to sit at that long range for the start of it, you know, play that zoner game. It's just that, you know, Beelzebub is a character that is just so versatile, but Wilnas is a character that just can get in so easily like that.
Yeah, extremely swingy, but honestly, every Wilnas player that consistently plays this character really loves it. That's the style they like to see. You can win on a moment's notice with no health remaining. Much like characters like Beatrix, you know, the chaos is kind of on your side here. But it's going to be Kiragaki's job to really rate it in, and here we go. This is the first big hit that SAPPYROOK's managed to land, and it might be the last of this round. Not quite. This is Tense in the corner. No HP within chip out range. This is terrifying.
Oh, the BC to invulnerable through the spin. Are you kidding me? What a move by Sappy.
Yeah, Sappy landing that final 2M, just weaving it in between Kiragaki's abilities, trying to keep him out, but yeah, unfortunately your efforts are in vain. And Sappy are going to take the first round of this match. Nice DP, get out of that situation. Yeah, the dive kicks are going to definitely be something to be looking out for on the side of Beelzebub. Nice confirm there. Very sneaky.
Yeah, definitely. That mix between that rush down ability of that dive kick mixed in with, you know, the giganticness of the feathers as a zoning tool. Like, yeah, you just play the game that Beelzebub wants you to play.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Blackflies have a really, really good set of skills, especially you're able to mix it up with the light, medium, and heavy version, all having very, very different frame data on its startup, and also different frame data on block. So it's definitely something to keep you on your toes, especially on a very swingy character like this. But Wilnas, again, we talked about it. Chaos is where SAPPYROOK likes to be, and when you're in the corner, while he has SSPA, you might just let it rock. And it connects, but no animation. We're just going to take that chunk of damage, keep the corner pressure. We're in chip out range, but he's not watching his nose! Takes the first game.
I did like the call of staying patient right there. Sappy was looking out for that DP to try to, like, you know, shift damage him out, but it's like, you know, a little bit too cautious on that side, getting caught out by the low. Sappy taking the first one.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? This is entirely on Kiragaki to maintain the pressure, maintain the tempo that he wants the entire game, because it could just swing at a moment's notice. I like the use of Brave counters to be able to get out of that unblockable situation. To say, no, you know what? I'd rather take future damage than damage right now.
And of course, as you were saying before about keeping up pressure, I will say, you know, by the way, all these matches will be first to 3, so, you know, you do have time throughout all of this, you know, get your downloads in, you know, stay a little bit patient, know when to start charging in. You know, we have time for this.
Yeah, exactly. I always mention that in first to 3, you have multiple layers that you can go through, right? Every player starts at that layer 1. You figure out what the other person's wanting to do at a surface level. By the end of a first to 3, we're on layer 28. Like, we're just throwing things that no one could have guessed that you would have done at the beginning of this match. And seeing if it sticks, you know, sticks to the wall here. So we're down to see some pretty crazy stuff, especially from these characters that aren't seen too often. Kiragaki also known for having some pretty messed up setups. Definitely a lab monster on that end, or at least a predominant figure in the labbing scene. Oh, the TV's blocked. No.
Yeah, you have now exploded because that's just Wilnas damage happening.
Yeah, exactly. But we're going to swap out Brave counter into the 5U. Does let you get out of the corner. This is 2 throws in a row. Oh, going for the 3rd for a throw bait, but doesn't quite get it. SAPPYROOK keeping that presence of mind. The 5U weaved in. That's going to be enough to kill. Keep it simple. Keep it clean. SAPPYROOK taking another vital round in this first of 3.
Yeah, it's early in the day, you know. Sometimes you just get caught by the overhead, but it's still, you know, game point. Kiragaki can still go up 1, but, you know, the knee finding its way in, able to push into the corner, not shadow stepping out of that BC. Gonna have to stay in the corner for this one.
Exactly. Gonna have to look for some coffee here. Wake up a little bit, see if we can react to those overheads. It's not particularly fast, but it is just as potent as any overhead could be.
Yeah, especially the fact you can combo out of it, it is so unbelievably dangerous. And especially since, like, you know, there may be a little bit of, like, mental conditioning, since, like, his low that's plus also takes pretty much the same amount of time as his overhead. So, you know, you might be conditioned to that, too.
Yeah, exactly. The big wind-up, the big over-animated wind-up of both these characters. There's definitely a lot that can be done, but unfortunately, Sappy lights a massive hit. Oh! Doesn't finish the combo, but he doesn't need it. The 2M's going to be able to close it out.
Chaos factor.
Yeah, exactly. The scramble. We call that a Canadian reset over here. Or a drop opportunity, perhaps, if you're of the more international mind. Oh, man. We're back to the exact same place. Our favorite place in SAPPYROOK's field, all the way on the right side of the corner. We've been seeing this side of the screen pretty often here. Kiragaki on the back foot.
Yeah, it kind of looks like Kiragaki at the moment has kind of abandoned the zoner approach and being a lot more aggressive this time around. Especially since, you know, you're down 2. You do need this damage. You do need to start getting some momentum back. But that's not going to work here. Already back in the corner.
Back in the other corner. We're going corner to corner. But without a single punch being thrown from SAPPYROOK. Just a nice knee. And that's going to bring him to set point here. You know what? You gotta hand it to SAPPYROOK, really playing this this spacing situation very, very well, standing right outside Kiragaki's range and just letting him come to SAPPYROOK, right? Come into the waiting arms of Wilnas. Oh, a nice anti-air.
And ooh, 6XL finds his way in, not able to get the full combo though, but does maintain corner of pressure.
What the empty jump spot dodge? Oh my goodness, we're on layers past what I can understand right now. This is gonna be a massive
right
hit.
Here.
Yeah, we're looking at layer 30, empty jump spot dodge, and it will be enough to kill Kiragaki, getting a vital round, showing there's still signs of life in him.
Yeah, but you want to know what comes after layer 30 for this one?
On the 31, baby.
Yeah, it's only going to get more wild.
Yeah, we're doing full-on like jump-ins and everything against a character like Beelzebub with a massive 2H, massive counter hit anti-air potential. We're just letting everything rock.
Yeah,
oh my goodness!
I was saying, Wilnas himself, he just has counter hit potential on pretty much everything.
Yeah, and we're gonna see that dumped all the way out here, spending all the cash, dumping it all like Kiragaki. It's not gonna be enough to kill, but it should be just enough. A jab to catch Kiragaki jumping. For right now, we have Greg versus LazyRuin, 2 favorites in the Grand Blue scene, multiple tournaments under their belt, and we're going to get started with this. Also, characters that you don't see too often here.
Yeah, I'm going to say, we got to get the obligatory Greg out.
Greg! Greg exclamation mark in chat. But for right now, Greg's going to be, held in the corner, a little slam for his troubles. LazyRuin on the Galleon right now, right? Been a multi-character representation type player, you know? Kind of just gone through the motions as the patches come. Now sticking on Galleon, longtime player. Definitely got the skills to make it happen, though, as he lands a massive rock on top of Greg's head, and that's going to be first blood for LazyRuin.
Yeah, a little bit of a slow start. That rock is blockable in the air, so it's like, you know, thought you cleared it in time. Over the fence is not going to be able to connect here, but it's like, you know, just wasn't able to get a lot started, especially since Anila is a lot more defensive-minded character.
Yeah, exactly, right? She's going to be looking for, exactly, the 2U into the charge. You're going to be trying to hit confirm pretty much everything, or if you can steal a turn, send a sheep. Those are going to be everything that you're looking for here, right? The Bedrock Blast gets spot dodge, though. Anila just gaining a little bit of ground here, trying to stay really, really careful inside of this sigil.
Yeah, what I'm noticing that's a little bit misfortunate is that, like, you know, having your Flock to the Future being blocked, you just get sent straight back to the Meteorite. You're just forced back into Galleon pressure, which is not ideal, but maybe played around, but not right now.
Yeah, not right now. Just a regular throw for the trouble. Another sigil set up on top. Oh my goodness, we are just layering these on top of poor Greg. Jumps out of the corner, though. Nice spot dodge. On that blue flash, yeah, Galleon, definitely a character that you can just react to the blue flash accordingly. Gonna be trying to keep this corner pressure up. Oh, Greg, nice spot dodge.
Yeah, but the sigil's still there. It was still active.
Yeah, still in a lot of danger. Caught by the last sheep and caught by the far M. Greg taking a round on the board. Very close, though. Both players at just about 15% HP remaining. LazyRuin off to a crazy start. DP for your trouble. Greg fighting back.
The trade?
The charge 5U. No, the slam. Trying to go for another command grab. LazyRuin might be him.
You know,
I've
why
never
not?
seen that level of gall before, to go for command grab into command grab on any other character than Ladiva.
Hey, half the time, most of the time, they don't expect it to happen twice now. But that time, you know, Greg, there's too much experience in here to, you know, fall for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we gotta be watching, looking out for it, right? Some players will say that the Galleon's command grab is reactable. You can look for it. But at the end of the day, it's always conditioning. It's always conditioning.
Yeah, it's just the main question I would ask before that, like, oh, it's reactable. Did you react to it?
Can you react to it? Yeah, that's we're gonna be having to look and see if Greg can indeed react to it. But for right now, you know what? Consolation prize, you get the corner. Oh, and this 668 gets smoked by the rock. No, SPA, LazyRuin, or SSPA. My goodness, LazyRuin gonna be able to close out this game 1 in style with a cool little animation afterwards. You love to see the cinematic after. Oh, and they're letting it sit. Yeah, yeah.
I don't disagree with the option of doing 668. You do get a lot of momentum and stay safe on it, but it's just that startup, especially with the threat of that boulder falling down you at any point, it's just not a great outlook for Greg.
Yeah, unfortunately. Oh, the sheep do cry here, but a nice shimmy from Greg. Gonna be able to close out just a little bit of damage there, about 30%. But you know what? It's a death by 1,000 cuts when you play Anila, right? You're not looking for major damage, but you are looking for a lot of corner carry, a lot of pressure.
Yeah, and especially a lot of pokes that you are just able to hit confirm out of too.
Exactly. The charge, no major confirm there. Oh my goodness. And again, no major confirm there. Both players just trading back and forth here. We're about even on the life score right now, as many others have been.
I'm going to say, Lazy has been on point of just knowing when Greg is going to press a button and just aptly just stopping him when out of it. But like, a lot of these have resulted in trades, thankfully for Greg. So it's like, yeah, we are even. And the throw bait going to get Greg on the board for this one.
Yeah, gonna get Greg now up, or I guess not up a point yet, but up a point in this round.
Yeah, it's like that was 2 of them in a row. You know, we had the backdash as a throw bait. We had the over the fences one too. It's like, yeah, Greg's starting to get in.
Yeah, Greg. Oh my goodness, LazyRuin doing a little run under. Greg though, looking for the DP on that, catching out the command grab there, the primordial grasp. Oh, we're setting up the sigils. Another primordial grasp, and this is gonna lead to a full combo. Lots of damage to be cashed out here. LazyRuin throwing Greg back into the corner, setting up the sigil. This is so scary.
Yeah.
But Greg does not think the same. He does not think the same. Wake up, alt skill. We're ready. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, for both sides, it looks like we are just fishing for counter hits on both of our kind of projectiles. I'm saying for Galleon because like, does Boulder classify as a projectile pretty much, right?
You know what? You'll have to check up with me after I have a little bit of time to research that, because I genuinely don't know. I've never seen an interaction with Boulder other than Boulder hitting you on the head and you die. So
yeah, but it's like, you know,
good as mine.
Yeah, but yeah, we are fishing for all our stuff based on both those things between these players right now. So of course, it's just going to be a matter of does the sheep hit more or does the Boulder hit more?
Yeah, exactly. When you have 3 sheep, even if a couple of them go down, you know what? One person is enough to hold up the fight. Oh no. If one falls, we go on. We press forward. Greg gonna be able to close out a pivotal round and take the lead for himself against LazyRuin.
That's just the Anila deal, you know. You play as defensive character, you do need a little bit of download. First game is just a warm-up, isn't it?
Hey, you know what? In first of 3, anything can happen. Nice use of the 2U there. Catching out the air there as well. Oh my goodness, the Klash from that range is a little bit dicey, and the 668 does connect! Greg, what are we gonna be doing?
Yeah, but right there, did not have Flock to the Future available. Couldn't get a combo off that range, sadly.
Yeah, exactly. You saw that Greg tried to, you know, extend it a little bit with that 2M, tried to make something happen, but you know what? A 668 in the middle of neutral is gonna do it. Greg, now 2-1 in this set, looking to take it all the way home against LazyRuin.
Yeah, 6-6H for Anila is a genuine demon button if you can just time it properly. Greg is, after failing the first time, able to find it twice in a row now, 2 for 3 on the 6-6Hs. So, no, again, it's all just timing. You anticipate, you know, when is LazyRuin thinking about just using her 5U and then just charging in there with that momentum. Because Galleon, she does still need that time, and ooh, what a jump back.
Yeah, the charge does take time or even the uncharged version, right? It does take time to set up. You're just trying to look for any opportunity, and Greg weaves his way in, manages to make a massive conversion off of this. 3 bounces off the sheep. You'd love to see that. I think that out of all the combos in this game, the sheep bounce has to be one of my favorites. Scratches an itch. Oh, Greg now going in, deciding to press the advantage instead of spot dodging.
Yeah, but that height, you just have just a slight window to just run under the boulder, blow Galleon up for that, because like it isn't the best project. It is one, but it's like it can be very much exploited if, you know, done carelessly.
Yeah, exactly. Bedrock Blast does operate, you know, a very specific angle. And speaking of very specific angle, the air command grab, a Muddy Embrace, I believe, just not quite able to catch Greg lacking. Getting blown up for that. LazyRuin now facing down the barrel of the knockdown into this loser's bracket as Greg goes on to match point here.
Oh, crazy crossover right there. Crossing up and jumping heavy. I did not know it goes that far backward, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. Galleon's got some very interesting buttons, and so does this Anila character. 5U, yeah, get the full conversion, the new buff, a very, very interesting one. You get a safe jump off it and everything at the end of that combo. Love to see it. Oh, the ultimate, but no, the Muddy Embrace is going to be able to get the tempo swinging in LazyRuin's favor. Back to this mid screen, but Greg's more than happy to match, and it's going to be enough, and Greg is going to be moving on further up this winner's round 2. You love
Yeah,
to see it.
right there. The name of the game for Greg.
To this winners round 2 game, Pride versus Ragger. Let's see what happens. I'm very interested to see. This is not a matchup I'm too familiar with at all. Again, I don't think I've seen this match at all. At least not within the last year. Oh, yeah. Also on top of that, Lich Dad, thank you so much for the addition to the pot here. $50 into the match arena. Thank you so much for supporting the players.
Yeah, good. We are being carried by Lich Dad here, but of course we still got a job to do. Gran Ragger finding way out corner, but that's H range.
Yeah, this is the classic. The 2B classic is you get hit by far heavy and you die, or she misses it and then you try and whip punish and she just does another far heavy and you die. So we're gonna be seeing that a lot throughout this. Pride, of course, a longtime player of this 2B character. Very, very long-time player. I think just like from launch the character at least. But
yeah, and I'm just saying, you know, as you know, 2B is an Android. 2B players themselves do kind of operate sort of robotically, just knowing the spacing of like, you know, you have to recognize that, hey, I'm standing in H range, I'm standing in medium range. They do love to go for this stuff. Like a lot of the time, it just feels so automatic.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely hard to weave around what they do. But yeah, the use of Mirage there got a little bit of tempo, but now it's Ragger's turn. 1 HP in a dream, ready to go, but nah, the Mirage is gonna come out, DP out of that. Get yourself out of a bad situation. Ragger is gonna be fighting an uphill battle as they lost that first blood to Pride.
Yeah, Pride right there, just noticing Ragger is going for the Shoto standard pressure. You know, 1 hit, going for a strike throw right after, and just able to Mirage out of both of them twice. And 2 committed to the auto combo right there, but Ragger just not picking up full.
A raw raging strike. Oh, let's go. Pride.
Hey, everyone's got to submit to the young check every now and then.
Someone check his ID. That's you don't need to get carded. Don't worry. Don't worry. You're good. You're good. Next function you're at, don't worry about it. All right. Pod B gonna be able to lock in those chains. Oh my goodness. But it's not gonna matter. This spacing here, you can see every single time that Pride is landing this far heavy, it is at the tip range. Just complete knowledge of that range.
Yeah, because the second Gran's going to step out, that you're going to get countered for something. You know, you try to go for
Where
dash
are you going to go?
Yeah.
Oh, the Pod B connects! No, into SBA. Yeah, keep it simple. Keep it easy for yourself.
Yeah, keep it simple.
I call them tournament combos, all right?
Yeah, but no skill meter right there, you know, wasn't able to do a lot out of it, but still maintain good pressure.
This is gonna
catch
the back dash.
Yes, it does.
Gets the back dash. Oh no! Unleash Bahamut on 2B.
I think
That's
I
no robot. That's no robot. She's dead. Oh my goodness. Ragger hard calling out the back dash, blowing up Pride for. You could call it hubris. You could call it hubris. A backdash in this economy?
Yeah, especially since Gran just has such great supers for testing backdashes. You know, has a projectile for SSBA, has a very long SBA, you know, lunging with the, I got a brain farting on it, but like you already know it.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. But at the same time, we're back in the same situation we were probably 30 seconds ago. Ragger back to the corner. Oh, but this is a little bit different. We're on a different timeline. Ragger getting hit, massive counter hit by that close heavy, or that I guess it's just all H buttons. There's no close or far.
Yeah, probably just trying to wait for 2B, you know, dash in, anticipate it, you know, blow up if she tries to do dash into medium or something, dash light. I was like, you know, thankfully able to find your way out of the corner, being extremely patient for that too.
Yeah, that's the Shoto player mindset is just play the game for the full clock that it's worth, right? You got 30 seconds on the clock still. That's a ton of time to make up this minor life lead that is no longer existing. Ragger just taking it off with Chip. Now we've gone all the way to the other corner. Pride being very, very defensive here. Trying to go for the raging strike, but we're doing a super jump falling JL. And we've swapped the corner again.
And
10 hurry
seconds,
up on screen. We can play the zoning game here. Ragger taking just enough chip. The pod A.
I was thinking just try running in, use DP to get that little bit of chip in, but like get that hover right there, just proving that it's like you cannot touch her.
And you never see the fact that hover actually is air controllable, even just a little bit. You know, you can kind of move it left and right. And you got to see that there as the ship's passing in the night, the DP goes sailing right past as Ragger does go down that first game. And tremendous style in every single one of those rounds so far. I'm enjoying the set immensely.
Yeah, this is
a
very unique one. Like, I did see a timeout situation like only just about a week ago. It is very interesting to see it back-to-back weeks, especially in like a game that as aggressive as this one, where everyone can just explode. You don't really get to see this too often.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very, very fast game, very aggressive game, right? And that's probably what was intended with this version of Grand Blue Versus. But yeah, every time you do see a stall out, you do see a timeout, hey, that's fair game. There is a timer in the game. Oh, yeah. But we're not gonna see it anywhere here. The shimmy backdash.
I will say the true version of Grand Blue does come out if like you just ignore having to like brave counter, ignore the raging strikes. That's when you just get down to business, straight footsies, and it's gonna be a slow chip out.
Yeah, we saw a lot of slow movement here from both players, right? We're interacting with everything, but like as I say that, two brave counters just come out on screen, blocking the UDP. Yeah, you're going all the way to the corner for that one, bub. Heading back over. Right now on the offensive, gonna be able to get something set up here. Are we gonna see a pod set up? Not enough meter for a U pod setup. No, we're just going for throw. Run up throw. Ragger, though.
Yeah, but also a good super jump to escape Tora this time, not needing to hold it for what seemed like half the match, able to get out within seconds at least.
Yeah, it's all about changing that timing, right? As a Shoto. Oh, that we're gonna have to change the timing next match here. Moving on.
Not working out there, of course, probably, being way more aggressive than last time, actually choosing to approach this time, but like Ragger still sticking to being a bit too defensive maybe, but tiny little flick of the joystick right there into the H when they send you to the corner for this one.
Hey, sometimes that happens. It's if you're a leverless enjoyer, everybody knows you're like, okay, I'm blocking, and you accidentally touch the forward on the controller. All right, it can happen to you. But unfortunately, Ragger, it's been happening to him quite a lot. This has been a nightmare scenario, especially this round. Gonna be able to close it out. Pride close it out that round, getting themselves up to 2-0. Just one more game in order to move forward into this round 2 of the. Are we just taking a little break?
I think this is going into round 3. Yeah, round 3.
Okay, Ilsa. Yeah, or not Ilsa. Sorry, I see a different character and immediately say Ilsa. Meg on screen. Not the character. Sorry, I got like shocked so much that I said the wrong character. Not the character I would have expected from a Gran. Oh my gosh, what a starter. Okay, all right. We're off to a blazing start here. Already Pride having to brave counter out of the corner.
Yeah, as you were saying, you don't really expect it from a Grand player, but like that's the point. You aren't really supposed to expect it. It's good to have characters in multiple disciplines with multiple playstyles to like mix up your opponent as well as change the attitude of the match. Because like if that Shoto style wasn't working, let's start going rushdown now.
Yeah, exactly. You might as well, right? You have like a slew of different options, especially on this Meg character. Right? There's lots that you can do. Yeah, there you go. The Primal Waters, H Primal Waters, is gonna be enough. Really setting the tone with this one. I think it was only 3 H Primal Waters that was enough to send Pride packing in that first round.
Yeah, especially with the fact unable to follow up with the full auto combo, gonna have to eat, some good damage, able to escape the corner for Ragger, but like, you are gonna be liking this a little bit more as 2B. You don't have to work as much with your lower damage output, especially with the fact that, Meg has less health, of course, but like, Ragger just able to maintain offensive.
And not as much whiff punish potential here as well. Gran definitely a monster with that far heavy, but here, not as much. Oh, the 2U SSBA. Okay, and that's going to send Ragger packing. Pride going on to match point here with a very simple, very easy little flourish there. 2U, SSBA. I love the confidence. No, it didn't even clock that it hit. We know.
Yeah, but as you were saying with Meg just not having good whiff punish, I've seen a lot of Meg players just like try to supplement this by using the dorsal fin, you know, jump Rekka series as that sort of whiff punish tool, because like it is going to travel all the way to your opponent if you can just guess when they're throwing out that heavy or something, and you know you are able to get such good damage off it.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? And yeah, dorsal fin blade. We saw quite a bit in that round 1. Is this gonna be enough? That's gonna be enough.
Oh
Pride.
Goodness.
Perfect. As we're prattling on, taking that last round immediately. The illustration just kills me. That's.
Happy April Fools, everybody.
The April Fools, yeah, it always gets me, man. But we're gonna be moving into this. Another great selection of colors here, by the way. I love this Beatrix.
Oh yeah, and happy Halloween too. We have 2 holidays going on now.
Yes, sir. Gonna be getting into this round 1 here between TiempoGris and ScavengerZ. Gonna be a very, very tense match here. Both characters able to just dump damage at a moment's notice. Especially in the corner,
yeah.
We're gonna see a lot. 2
Yeah,
stacks.
What's confusing me at the moment is like Tiempo was just immediately like jumping, backing out, trying to get away from Siegfried at the start of the match, putting Beatrix herself in the corner already, which is like interesting for Tiempo, who like usually is like, you know, super 6XL heavy as a person.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, you know, Siegfried does have a great equalizer, that 2M. You'll see there the big lag is gonna be pretty ridiculous. 8 frame startup, 5 frames of active frame. Just absolutely ridiculous. Oh my goodness. But the Thunderbird gonna go straight over top. ScavengerZ in a bad spot. The 6XL does connect. Gonna be able to equalize it and get that first round on the board for TIempoGris with a sliver of health left.
That's just a Delta Clock moment, just making it equal at that point.
But
yeah, you know, right there, now starting the pressure right at the beginning of the round. And of course, you want to be as close to Siegfried as possible to just avoid the threat of having to do with 2M, having to avoid the threat of his projectiles. And like Tiempo now just taking advantage of just being as close as possible.
Yeah, exactly. And Tiempo obviously done many tricks here, showing a lot. That round start with punish, ooh, nasty. But ScavengerZ still able to. We're probably in 1-touch range here. If it's the right touch, you could see it. Siegfried going for the close heavy, but not quite enough to get it. DP out for your trouble. And Tiempo now have to fight out of the corner. Install super. Oh my goodness.
A lot of Siegfried players have been going for this lately, you know, just trying to, you know, maximize damage, get some health. Look at that. Now it's a 1-touch scenario for ScavengerZ.
Both
right
players.
Now.
Oh, yes. The use of the U Thunderbird. Oh, there's so many active frames from that. It's so active, baby.
That's a blue moment. Standing right there, you know, you're expecting, oh, screen's blue, there's going to be projectile. I'm going to just spodge immediately, but not going to work out for ScavengerZ. Tiempo able to go up the first round.
Yeah, Tiempo now moving the tempo in their favor. Trying to make something happen and trying to keep up that tempo is very, very hard versus the Siegfried character. A stone wall, massive DP, massive buttons, good damage. You know, there's a reason why everybody is sort of talking about this character's path, or this path, and with good reason. But Tiempo making it look quite, I'd say easy if they had the life lead, but at least moving the tempo in their direction.
Yeah, just make it easy. And like, look at that range off 6XL. You can just get on counter hit. Oh my, it is so big for her.
Yeah, it's massive. Into the SBA. Got to be able to cash out a lot of damage. Look at all of that. And not a single Brave Point on ScavengerZ. Not enough to keep him alive for a couple of taps on his toes. TiempoGris getting that next point. Very much in favor of Tiempo here. Looking very, very solid. Oh, and a nasty 2H to keep it rolling.
Yeah, just getting rid of every single point. Gonna have to BC and try to, you know, turn the tide in Siegfried's favor. Hopefully push Tiempo into that what we call Grand Blue Zone, that medium range where, you know, any sort of hit right there, walking straight into the spin.
Yeah, exactly. Keeping it real optimal here. You can see that cancel to you off the first hit. Keeping it optimal. ScavengerZ just cashing out as much damage as you possibly can squeeze out. But now we're in that Delta Clock range. Tiempo, any hit with any special will activate Delta Clock and makes things so much more difficult. But now rocking the SBA. Oh my gosh, so much damage. Ah, the top.
I was thinking, are we getting DP right here? Is ScavengerZ going to bet everything on the DP? Just did right there, just way too early.
Yeah, this is, if you want to see a, we were talking about characters that operate in chaos. If you want to see a character that does it even better, Beatrix, man. You get low HP, and it's time for you to be scared. The defensive comeback mechanic of that Delta Clock, being able to convert genuinely any hit into a full combo, provided that you are able to confirm into a special that hits, is just, it can't be overstated, man. It's so powerful. Oh, a nice hit.
As you were saying about chaos, it's all, with these characters, it's all about, you know, trying to harness that chaos. You know, can I just take these scrambly situations where everything's happening and see that counter hit and just be able to fully convert out of it? And Tiempo is one of the best players to just do that consistently.
Exactly. It gets the wall bounce off of here now. Able to go into a full combo. Get the, dare I even call it a safe jump? An unsafe jump? It's so goofy that it works, you know? You do a super
I think
jump
that's probably
falling
safe.
down.
It's not just safe jump, it's the safest jump. Like, it didn't, there wasn't even an attack there. You could just, you just jump up, come back down, and you are fine as is.
I feel like you could get DP'd out of that. It's
but it's probably, but like,
it's an unsafe safe jump, you know? Like but it looks like a safe jump. You know what? That's what's
it's very confusing. You know, you're off the screen at that point. Yeah. Ooh,
that was interesting.
I think it worked. Never mind, it did not work out actually.
You know what? It got a lot of damage, and ScavengerZ I think will take that. But unfortunately, we're gonna be trading back and forth. The far heavy, not enough, but also. Gets a second hit. Tiempo got a second chance to equalize this damage number. Trying to close out the round, but I think the HP total on Siegfried not going to allow that to happen. Tiempo gonna have to fight for this last little bit of HP. Pop the SSBA and spot dodges it. Tiempo taking a solid 3-0 over ScavengerZ. Wilnas is like one of those Japanese bullet trains, you know? Like, they're effectively the same, but like there's very different meanings behind them, right? They operate at different speeds. But we're gonna get started here.
Yeah, but I will say, Steam just has much more aura, and that's kind of what Soriz is about.
Right, like how could you not hate it? Also, yeah, Soriz is a bit of an older guy. Of course, he's put on the the boxed black color hair dye here, but we're gonna be sending him back to the Stone Age here, put him back to the retirement home. Bellfoyboi losing a lot of HP here. Donquavious really on the aggression now. Knocking him down to almost 20% here, but a little bit more, and we can go into the install. I don't even know what this is called. I just know it's so awesome.
I think it's like I think it's called the essence of manliness, I believe.
It's macho something. I'm gonna need another person in chat to help me. It's like Macho Ultimatum or something. It's awesome. It's such a cool
I think
name.
like its 5U is like manliness or something.
Yeah, I love it. This character, just the essence of manliness. The funniest character. If you're a Grand Blue Gacha enjoyer, also an incredible character in that. But we might be just sending this Soriz back to the Gacha here. Donquavious really just keeping up the pressure. I have seen not a lot of damage from Bellfoyboi on this side.
Yeah, and of course, what we really did forget to mention is that, like, again, Eustace, very good zoner, very able to just hold the ground so well, which is where Soriz needs to get in 90% of the time. Especially, Rat Race, the Sonic Boom that Eustace has. It's going to be an extremely tough time for Soriz to just be able to get in at all. Especially, slower character too.
I've gotten confirmation it is Macho Ultimatum, and you know what? I think that you can give it that name to his 66H as well. Giant armored advancing, crush, counter hit, combo starter. It's got it all. It's just a little slow, but it's a great option for that round start. Ooh, and a little bit of shimmy, gonna be another great option. Bellfoyboi now getting a little bit of tempo going. This is going to be a lot of damage, but not quite enough to kill. DP out. Donquavious has this one chance to try and make something happen. Bellfoy, no DP on deck. Does not have a meterless DP, but does have that if he reaches that 50 meters.
Yeah, just gonna have to hold down a lie here.
I think you're dead. I think you died.
Oh my
yeah, you got thrown with Rat Race on you, with H Rat Race on you. You die.
Yeah, you didn't even need the cutscene for this. That was a oh my. Yeah, that is just the thing that Eustace can do. He has just such insane, you know, RPS in the corner. That is just like, you know, without that meterless reversal, it's just so hard to think of what to do in this scenario.
Exactly, and you know, there is the lash kick, right? A 5-frame advancing special that is available, but you know what? When you're in tight scenarios like that, it's kind of hard to find a place to even use it, right? Having such a strong tool, it's not enough. But this is gonna be enough. You know what? Blocking that in neutral, Donquavious trying to do something a little bit silly there to get themselves out of that situation. But Bellfoy, presence of mind, absolutely phenomenal, getting the full punish and managing to get themselves a point on the board. I believe the first of this whole set. But we're back to the corner. Some things die hard. Donquavious's pressure is one of them. So scary, but matching out Bellfoy. Yeah, just getting DP back into the mid-screen here for their troubles. Run up throw off the BP dump of BC there. Oh, and catching the armor frames.
Yeah, that's just going to be your main ticket in, you know, 6-6 age, 2-4U. That's just, you know, just those armor moves to get through the wave of projectiles and stuff.
Yeah, we go into the Macho Ultimatum. Any hit here, you get hit with an armor move here, you die. It is death.
Yep.
You get hit by the command grab, also death. Wow, what an incredible whiff punish, but also still not enough. That's you're
just
dead.
Running into
you died.
Yeah.
You died. Oh, the Macho Ultimatum clutches it back for Bellfoyboi with just a sliver. You can see just a trickle of green on that health bar, and it's more than enough. Pop the smile. Look at that 2-2.
That's just what Macho Ultimatum does for you. That defensive buff, able to just, you know, buy yourself a little bit more time against the pokes of Eustace, and then just, since, you know, able to just barely space yourself out against the Raging Strike. You know, it adds just a lot of things going right for Bellfoyboi, able to stay alive in this winner's set.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, trying to make something happen, but Dawn just reaching out a little bit too far, and Bellfoy just ready for it. Let it rip. Drop 50% on him. And now a place that we've been quite a few times here before. Donquavious gonna try and make something happen here. Using those zoning tools, trying to make something happen. Steal out a Rat Race or two. You're gonna need a lot to happen, but no, the lash kick gonna be able to catch them out and close of the round.
Yeah, especially with the fact, like, you know, this isn't exactly a mirrorless reversal. It's just a big 5-framer. It isn't that you don't need to wait for like a perfect time to use it. Just wait for any sort of gap.
Yeah, exactly. 5 frames, 7 active. Like the Roundhouse Fang is incredibly powerful, right?
Yeah,
you do get punished. You do get punished if it gets blocked, but it's 8 frames, right? Like, what are you gonna do, huh? From that range?
Yeah, it's 8-framer and not heavy counterable. You are able to just live this.
Yeah, why not? Why not? If you got the health to spend, why not? Especially with the, you can see underneath Bellfoy's bar there, he's got those 3 stacked. Each one of those lets him resist a little bit more damage every single time that he builds one. It's relatively minor on Soriz's kit, at least currently. But it's definitely something that ends up holding out Soriz players by just that little bit. Speak of the devil, right here. I swear, if he didn't have those, he would have been gone. But, oh, it's just not enough to get through.
Yeah, that was kind of a hard place to be, you know. That was just a regular dash, and you could have just smudged it back there. But it's like, sadly, you got kicked by that. It just puts you back at the range that you just wanted to work at. It's just not going to work for you.
Exactly. Oh, man. We're getting into it. Roundhouse Fang blocked, though.
Dodge, it ain't gonna kill, but it's a very advantageous situation for Donquavious right now. Rat Race to hold down the pressure, setting out every projectile too.
Yeah, tried to make something happen, but not quite. Dawn now up 2-1 on Bellfoy. After a bit more of a swingy back and forth round there, I feel like we're seeing a little bit of a learning from both sides, right? This is the beauty of the first 3. You get to see both players just really trying to learn from each other and try and figure out exactly what the other person's strengths and weaknesses are. And we're officially moving on to like that layer 30 territory. We've seen some stuff.
Especially since, you know, Eustace character, Zoner, 3 separate kinds of projectiles, able to just hold this range so well. And for Bellfoyboi, it's about timing. You need to time, you know, your neutral skips out just so well in order to like find the gaps in between the projectiles, weave your way in, get that, score that knockdown, and start your pressure.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, yeah, gonna be able to get a lot of damage here. Got SBA, ready, let it rock. You know what? If you have money, spend it.
And even then, no need. I don't think we're in, you know, a territory to play for SSBA. Not that much on the macho stocks, you know, might as well just save it. And ooh, that gap right there you use with the roundhouse fang. Able to score Bellfoyboi a point here.
Yeah, just stealing away that turn. Knew that he was so minus, but still cancelable. Ready to rock and roll, gamble the life bar away.
Yeah, the best part is that, you know, Eustace is extremely weak when forced to play defense on the core because like, everything on him is just a projectile. He can't use that to like help him, you know, poke out of the corner. He just has his normals to fall back on. And if you're able to explore, like, you know, when is he going to try to approach me, especially with a character that can just, you know, hold mid-range pretty well, like Soriz especially, I think this will work well.
Yeah, exactly. No, and oh, Brown's Fang escaped the corner again. Getting a lot more use out of this now that Eustace has been leaving a little bit more of those gaps, right? Keeping things less tight as Bellfoy has that 50 meter to just let the ultimate Brown's Fang just rock.
And by the way, I think we're going to see a Macho Ultimatum come out soon, 100. And especially with 5 stocks, you do get some health. Good health.
Yeah, you got a lot of health back, and that's a lot of damage. We're going to cash out all of this here. Leave ourselves 50 so we can make something happen. Any one hit here, Dawn is in the ground. Misses that 2H, but doesn't quite get punished. Bellfoy not looking for it.
Yeah,
oh, but the whip! No! Whip is going to be able to cash it out. Donquavious moving on to set point.
Yeah, as much as you do love the gargantuan defense bonus you get with the 5 macho stocks, it's not going to help a lot, especially, you know, entirely out of break points right there.
Yeah, exactly. You get a lot of HP back per macho stock when you cash out, but it's sadly not enough. Doesn't get punished as he goes up for the run-up close heavy, trying to get the proper punish, but this is not a counter hit DP.
Yeah, if you're Bellfoyboi, you're thanking your lucky stars right now, but of course you do need to take advantage of being able to survive, get out of the corner.
Oh my goodness, no! Get these players
you know what?
a lottery ticket immediately. Get them both a lottery ticket immediately. 2 failed punishes on UDPs. And another one, okay, cashes it out, finally.
The gentleman's no punish. Hey, you didn't punish mine, I won't punish yours. We're even now.
The Grand Blue handshake, if you will. But now, going to be trying to make things happen. The slow kills, the Flamic Thunders, just trying to keep Bellfoy on the other side of the map.
Oh, wait.
As soon as that 50 comes out,
as soon as that 50's here. Oh, too close!
I almost jumped out of my chair.
Too close!
I almost jumped out of my chair. Oh my gosh!
I knew it. Bellfoyboi needed one thing, and it's the run-up DP. That's all he needed. And Donquavious is just waiting too much back there on the ultimate slow kill. Just allow Bellfoyboi to just close right in. Oh.
Bellfoy snatches it from the claws of defeat in probably the funniest way possible. Running up a half marathon to alt DP, win out the trade there with Dawn. Oh my goodness.
Unk got movement.
He got movement. Unk still got it. Nice use of the 5U there to catch out the rat race. You can just catch the rat race bomb on you and then get a full punish using that 5U effectively. It's just a matter of when you can use it. Dawn, really low HP here. Bellfoy got lots of money to spend to make that happen. That last little bit. Fighting back too.
Yeah, you know, we're sitting back there. When are we going to plan on using that neutral skip? Oh, we tried right there, but able to find that 6XL. That's going to full cash out right here. Donquavious back on match point.
We might be seeing a Game 5 final round for the first time here, but yet to be seen. Dawn gonna try and make something happen. Gonna try and make this this run back, this little rebellion from the side of Bellfoyboi just shut down in its place. He wants that first game, that domination that he had at the beginning of this round, to stay shut. Bellfoy! Oh my goodness, the 2-2-U actually connects. You barely see it. The throw bait, whatever you want to call it, of 2-2-U.
Yeah, it is
pretty uncommon.
Throw bait tool. It is uncommon, but it's very cool. And there it is, the neutral skip able to find its way in. Now we're into that Game 5 match point scenario. Ooh, anyone can take it.
This is final game, final round, everybody. I hope that you have your favorite snack right in front of you, because we are in for a clear treat today. Oh my goodness, just cashing out on both of those. Doesn't quite get the punish though. Oh, the roundhouse bang catches it though.
Yeah, able to punish that throw just in time, just enough range.
I think the blue flash actually just stopped Donquavious from actually getting him able to run up and throw, which canceled Bellfoy's ability to get the second hit. The raging strike called out! Bellfoy! This might be your final cry, as Dawn is able to cash fully out with the rat race. And here it is. That's going to be enough. Donquavious moving up to the winners quarterfinals to fight for that top so frequently in brackets against this character that I feel like if anybody's got this, JMAMH's got this. Got the chaotic playstyle, got the whip punish tools on lock, and got the patience to play this out. You're going to be seeing a very low timer in each one of these rounds.
Yeah, as we were saying before, you know, we usually count down the bigger character right here against the zoner, but it's like, you know, we have two top echelon players right here. This is not a place to count out any of them for, you know, matchup purposes. Anything's going to happen.
You're going to be seeing a lot of this, it seems random, far L from JMAMH's side, trying to catch out Ferry's attempts at a far heavy, far medium, or even a 2M at that range. Just if you can land that whiff punish, you know, even just like looking for it, trying to, oh my gosh, one up. Oh, what? All right. Yeah. I'll just stop what I'm saying. My bad, JMAMH. Yeah. Run up and give her some love.
You would think for a throw super, you know, you gotta be directly inside them, but it's like, no, that thing has surprisingly good range.
It's got good range. But yeah, you're gonna be seeing a lot of whip punishes from the side of JMAMH, or like preemptive whip punishes, I guess.
Yeah, essentially, you know, trying to throw out neutral skips, trying to find your way in, score a knockdown, all that stuff.
The far light into buffer lariat is the classic from this side, and it's one of the only tools that you can rely on. Oh, a little bit too early. But a block 2U is going to be enough. That trip up is not catching Iago out today.
Yeah, I do like using 2U in that instance. You know, a block and a half on the stage away. It is the net play tool with how fast it is. And of course, you know, if it gets blocked by Ferry, she is able to whip punish almost anything.
Yeah, exactly, right? You're able to whip punch or even just brave counter back into the corner, right? You want to keep these situations kind of in your favor if you're Iago. Any level of RPS is not to be accepted from this side. So you can even see just a preemptive, let the SBA fly, get that diamond back, just so that you can keep the pressure up and keep things going. It's chip damage, a little bit of everything. JMAMH is having a time on the controller over there. And I don't blame him. This looks like a very tough. I have never seen it move this fast.
Yeah, I do not remember it moving that fast. Is that like we are just going,
I think we're just holding the down button. And
I don't think holding down goes that fast, actually.
He's got the turbo button on.
Can someone lab this out real quick, please?
Oh man, trying to go for the Jewel Resort screwdriver there. That's a mouthful.
Hey,
but not
yeah,
quite enough. No.
You genuinely do need that SPD to come through in order to just, put Ferry in that Ladiva zone. And especially it's like, it's so hard to get in. You want to stay in as much as possible at the end. And especially, calling out any sort of brave counter, that's what your SPD is for.
That was a lot of space to give. Did anybody count the amount of backdashes that happened there? Oh my gosh, the screwdriver landing on Iago.
Yeah, like I said.
Now we're in the blender, but brave counter comes out clutch. Gotta get away from GG. Yeah, Iago now back in their zone. But any one hit could just send you to the Shadow Realm here. But we're gonna be catching out the SBA, get that diamond back. Doesn't quite get it. A little bit of an interesting hit there, hit situation from the SBA. Might have been just due to Ladiva's size or perhaps the hit that landed ahead of time. But either way, Iago is nothing if not resilient and adaptable, and yeah, showing it off there. Get another round on the board.
Battle 2. Engage.
We go back to the Ferry zone, right outside that range, right in the far medium range. You can't really do much against this character round start, at least if you're Ladiva.
Yeah, it's such a slow character, especially, reactable jump 2 has been pretty good on just getting out the up dogs in order to stop any Ladiva approach.
Yeah, exactly. I believe Ladiva, even Ladiva's fastest option at all is just the SPD.
Yeah, SPD, Lariat too.
Whoa! Oh my gosh!
Oh my goodness.
Jumping out of the corner, reversing it completely. And then immediately going for the air throw is absurd.
Lariat, nope. No Skittles left. You need to get your way in now. But that tiny little walk forward. Oh yeah, that jump right there. Yeah. Sadly too committed to the forward approach.
It's okay. You know what? Sometimes you gotta gamble. The grappler lifestyle is that you have some of the highest HP in the entire game, right? I believe Ladiva has the highest HP in the entire game, at least at base. So you got to use that as a resource to try and get in. You see JMAMH making these hard callouts, rolling out of the corner, going for the leg drop federation, try and get something rolling. But it's an uphill battle no matter what. These characters are just the antithesis of each other.
Yeah, it is with the fact that it's like, JMAMH and Ladiva, you do have so much health to work with, able to just, take a few pokes then and there, but also the whole point is trying to get in, but the problem is with getting in against Ferry, 3 brave counters right there, and oh my, did not get the head cleared against the ball right there. Yeah, too many players just try to test it right there, but like you don't want to expect it because that just means you're back in the pressure.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, you know what? Iago moving up very handily to this match point. Will we see the reverse 3-0, or is JMAMH gonna have to take it sitting down here and go down to the losing bracket right outside of top 8? Oh, but the 6-6H does connect. This could be the start of something big. Oh, no confirm. No headbutt. No nothing.
Yeah, no
JMAMH
headbutt, right? Trying to go for a reset. Like, this is working out well. Able to catch backdash.
Yeah, and we're going to be seeing a lot of damage. And we're going into that territory.
Combo limit.
Just one less hit, and that probably was enough to kill. But now we're fighting the Ferry game. JMAMH tried to make something desperate happen, but your HP is going down. And yeah, Iago still has SBA ready to rock and roll. Side swap into the corner, set up GG.
Yeah, terrible situation. Just when you thought you were in, you're already back in the worst situation for JMAMH.
JMAMH just wiggling forward, but caught up by the 2M. 2M into whip is gonna be enough, and Iago moves forward into damage, able to dump that damage onto a very, very paper man. Very low health, active health character such as Seox. Not able to stand up to a lot of those heavy combinations. This is a cool color. This is definitely not a color combination I've seen.
Yeah, the neon white on the black. That's a pretty cool combo.
You know what?
Yeah.
And Pride always been rocking just base Yorha 2B black and white, not white and black, not the 2P, just rocking the 2B here. But the monochromatic game gets started off here. And yeah, we're going to be seeing a lot of interesting plays from Ryazo, starting off with an L empty hand, not something you see too often.
Yeah, because again, those empty hand buffs are going to like do a lot. Especially, you know, those extra invulnerability frames you just get while on the lunge of it, it just helps you out so much with getting in.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to see what we can make happen here. Now got the corner pressure, but we're going for a little cheeky Ferry. Not today, says Pride, as he gets the crouching confirmed by sending them all the way to the corner. And
yeah, and now you're in the Grand Blue zone. Yeah. You're going to have to eat every single H imaginable. However, again, Demon Flip. And of course, you do have to time it perfectly in order to get that DP out.
Yeah, exactly. You know, again, Pride does have a little bit more of an active DP. You just gotta like wait to see if they jump off the wall properly in order to confirm it. But after that, it's in God's hands. And yeah, as you can see, Ryazo taking full advantage. Yeah, just taking it from the hands. Oh, and getting the throw bait. Well, in this case, I believe a mash bait. The 2L is trying to come out there to stop Ryazo's tormentous onslaught here. Cash at the SBA. And now you're just in, I believe even a throw will kill here. Another.
Just noticing that air hit right there into the Raging Strike. Perfect situation for Ryazo. Gonna set us to a match point for this round.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and a big hit off the empty hand. Send them all the way to the corner. Cross up again. Nice smash on. Yeah, no, that's totally what you need to be looking for there. Stealing turns is not allowed on this Seox character. You got to make sure you're looking out for it.
And ooh, a scramble situation right there.
Yeah, we're going to be going all the way. Cash out that SBA. I believe that should be enough. Cash it all the way out. Oh, wait. No, that's it. That's it. That's definitely it.
Yeah, that's got it.
Send that finish across the screen there. Ryazo taking game one of this winners quarterfinals set.
Yeah, right
Trying to
there.
make something happen. Oh my goodness.
That whole match before is just a good example of just how obnoxious, how oppressive Seox can be just right in your face. There are just so many things you actually do have to account for. You know, empty hand, just that throw bait right here. His buttons just having really good frame traps too.
Yeah, exactly. You got to be so wary of it. Of course, it is it's a short ride, but it is a very, very long ride, if you get what I'm saying, right? If it's on Seox's side, it feels like it's forever. But as soon as it's in your favor, like here, it could be very, very fast.
Able to just get the fail tech out there to avoid the entire pressure out of the zap trap.
Yeah, and you know, 0 crystals on the side of Pride. Not able to brave counter or really do anything at this point. And yeah, that's going to be enough. Massive amount of damage about to be dumped here. Extra bonus damage applied because of that crystal usage. And that's going to be enough. Ryazo taking another round on the board here.
Battle 2.
And you know, all those slashes right there, that move right there just works so well as an approach tool because like it is just so active. You know, you're just able to just close in so quickly, especially against, you know, a character that's just heavy, you know, swings pretty slowly, but like if you're just approaching, hitting that heavy button so much, it's like, yeah, works out pretty well for Ryazo in this favor.
And relatively safe, right? Using the scratches to approach and then using the 4U to just run away. Very, very potent. Oh, nice. Good use of the DP. Get yourself out of that situation. Pride now being a little bit more conservative with the crystals here and winning maybe as a result of it. Not really having to look for much here, but the Brave Counter does come out nonetheless. Oh, stealing a turn, Ryazo. Just trying to open up Pride. Oh, wow. A really, really deep run in. The throw. One more of those could do it.
Yeah, but is Ryazo going to be able to mash his way out of this? Just needs to close in.
Yeah, looking for it, and the DP is going to be enough. Pride finally getting themselves a round on the board here.
Yeah, empty hands still on the reactable side, you know. We've seen Pride be able to react to this. It was just way too easy for Pride in that moment.
Yeah, and especially with the new buffs, the frame data is very weird now. right? There's a massive, massive margin for error on the usual spot dodge. So Pride opting for, you know what, I'm just going to DP, we'll drop 50 and just make that work is very respectable as an option.
Yeah, especially since like 2B's DP specifically here works pretty well, specifically for Empty Hand, with just how it's grounded, it's active, and it's just able to just beat out the invulnerability that Empty Hand has on its way down.
Yeah, exactly. Massive hit here, though. Managing to punish Ryazo for his hubris. And might not be able to kill, but will be enough to get a really, really good situation. Not quite. Doesn't have the 25 meter to spend. Get that Raging Chain. This is going to be a lot of damage. Is this? You're dead.
Yeah, that's dead. That is
Ryazo.
dead.
Manages to pull it back with the clutch of defeat. Not even a pixel on the screen. Who knows what that health bar is full of? But manages to close it out in style, taking that game too.
All I can say is that it does not matter. It's any health. You just need any health to just make some sort of comeback, and right there, Ryazo was just able to.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. That's so cool. Using the M parry, the held version, allowing you to launch yourself into the air. Ooh, trying to catch Pride out, but now you're going to get a corner combo as a result of it. Hubris is the name of the game, and Ryazo's playing it. Lost 50% of your HP there. But it's all right. We're still going to be going. You know what? 0 HP or 100% HP is all the same for Seox. Going for a little tick throw there. Looking for something. Maybe trying to bait the DP.
Yeah, just trying to bait out something. You know, you throw out your after image. You expect 2B to start approaching back, but it's like, nah, not here. There we go.
Cool
Air
combo
bombos.
Inbound. Love that. Love seeing the Rising JH combo. Absolutely the coolest thing that Seox still has in his repertoire. But yeah, no, you are 100% dead here, and Ryazo now onto match point here, looking to move forward into that top 8 and secure themselves some points.
Oh, the frame trap. Oh my goodness. Again, too committal to the auto combo right there. Just let yourself so unbelievably punishable in that situation.
Yeah, and we're going to be cashing out everything that we've got here. Spend that 100 meter, take that 50% damage. And Pride still trying to swing for the fences here, but gets called out. This should be enough to kill. Ryazo moving on to top 8 with a fantastic use of the empty hand, calling out the Pod B. And SQXL qualifier that is on screen there, August 19th. And while you're at it, checking that out, make sure you go and check out the next Kantour, which is available with a date on screen there, August 26th, available with more to come in the future. September, October, coming in the future. If you've missed out on your points this time, don't worry about it. You will have a chance next month, right? August 26th, mark it in your calendars, get your signups early, and make sure you take a look at the Kanme Discord for the announcements around that. And then while you are on the Kanme Discord or you're in Twitch chat, make sure you support the Matcherino. Enter those codes, ! Matcherino, to get to the site. Go to the contribute section and enter in there and submit those codes, submit those bounties. Claim it up. If you have the ability to support our players, lovely donations are also accepted through there. Everything goes towards the players, nothing to us here. So make sure you go and support your players through there. But without another read or without ado, let's get into the games. Who do we have first up on deck here, Sploot?
Looks like we are going with, of course, the Monarch IagoGaraitz matchup right here. The battle of the zoners, the Arun zoners.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to see two very, very different zoners sort of match it out in their distinction. Monarch and Iago definitely, I've mentioned before, butted heads a lot of times. Everybody in this bracket has faced off with each other at least once, but Monarch and Iago got a little bone to pick with each other, and now there's points in the line. So we're going to have to get into this, see what goes on, see if the arrows are better than the whip, or if the whip can persist through this.
Yeah,
And
I honestly,
big $100 contribution from Lich Daddy. Massive contribution. Thank you so much to Lich Daddy for the contribution to our players. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, of course. You know, it is just so great to just see people support these players. And, you know, because, like, again, this is going to be some big stuff happening here. We're playing for points right now.
Yeah,
Especially since I'm
points
thinking, like,
and 150 bucks. Look at that.
Yeah, now there's you got to up the ante on this one. Especially since I think, like, you know, there is so much pressure for Monarch here. You know, top 12 on the leaderboard right now, trying to, you know, get into a much more comfortable position for, you know, the few months ahead.
Yeah, exactly. And this is the place to do it, right? If you're gonna try and make it, this is a great place to do it. Kantour #1 gonna have more opportunities later on. I bet you we will be seeing them in any future ones to solidify their place into that top 10 and secure their spot for the World Tour. But Monarch now both trading blows with Iago. Both players in a little bit of a rough situation. Of course, Iago a little bit more than the other, but a good 2U is going to be able to close it out.
The trade
something
right there,
going.
Get yourself off of Ferry.
Yeah, Ferry's going to have to slowly walk forward. Not your turn, but a bad roll is going to lead to your death. Monarch taking first blood that round 1.
Yeah, with, you know, you got Metera right here, projectile fireball zoning. It's just so much easier to just get counters based off Ferry. Ferry just having to, you know, wait out turns a lot more often than she would need to. So, like, yeah, it is going to be a little bit of an uphill battle. For,
yeah, exactly.
This
like, is the zoner versus
just,
zoner.
You know, do Ferry shenanigans right there.
Yeah, and both players definitely do have that understanding that there's no such thing as mashing or stealing your turn versus a zoner, right? You got to earn your turn, you got to make something happen, or call them out for trying to steal a turn back. This is the only ways that you're going to be able to get out of it, because both players want to just kind of control the tempo at their own pace here. You can see that pacing is very much in Monarch's favor. Both players hovering around that 40% mark here, just trading back and forth, trying to make something happen. A little bit here, but now the alt butterfly is going to be flying at you.
And you outrun it, no!
Oh my goodness, it actually connected! Full combo, and Monarch takes the first game.
That's ultimate butterfly for you. It is, you know, you thought with that dash, you know, you're able to escape out of it, but just like, you have to read when that fireball is coming out too as well, and just, you know, messed up right there, you're back into the loving embrace of that butterfly.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? It follows you to the ends of the earth and then some. You can't even get off this planet without full butterfly following you to the stars. And yeah, Monarch using full knowledge of that to take control of that first game. But now, Iago able to get some pressure going, but that overhead just does not connect. Monarch guessing correctly on that 50-50. Oh, and the alt arrow.
Also, I was going to say back there, Iago got a little miscue right there, getting far heavy instead of close heavy back there. That's just what sent him right back.
Sometimes it does happen to the best of us. Our proximity normals are proximity normals, but another overhead try #2 does land, and Iago now within a grasp of this first round for themselves. Playing it out, playing the slow game. This is fine. You got lots of money on the board, lots of time, lots of health. As long as you don't get a little bit too overambitious, you should be fine. But now we're getting into that chip range, and it doesn't even matter as you connect with the very slow H fireball. Connecting on Ferry.
Yeah, like we have just said before, we have seen this situation before where it's like, now Ferry just can't really just throw out buttons because it's like you can't really get trades off fighting against projectiles. You do have to, you know, make your way in for once playing as zoner.
Yeah, exactly. And whereas before, Iago's relatively okay with making those trades, you know, trading a fireball for like a limb zoning tool there. Because it does progress Monarch back down to, oh my god, you get a combo? You get a combo?
Yeah.
Wow! Okay, not quite enough.
Yeah, on the DP up dog, since it sends straight down, you get the correct spacing on GG as well. He's going right back into it. Oh, watch your toes.
Watch your toes. GG's there. What's the dog doing, dog? Oh, you hate to see it, but Monarch going straight into the embrace of that loving pup. Iago taking that one.
Oh, that's a cross-up right there. That's a mix.
That is a cross-up.
Yeah, personally, I got hit there.
Yeah, Oh, nice. Good falling J8.
Yes.
Ooh, a good knowledge on the punish there. You do get a full throw, back throw, into the corner there. Pop the SBA. And yeah, you can't do anything. You cannot do anything about that fall. Does not go away on hit, block, nothing. I've seen that thing live through grave counters before. This thing is unkillable. But now Monarch trying to make the impossible possible. Fight out of the corner, get themselves back to the mid-screen spacing where they like to reside, and now you're fighting an uphill battle. There's the butterfly.
Yeah,
does not connect.
To just block it, try to BC to gain invulnerability, but like not working out back there.
Butterfly, but running directly into the open arms of Iago. Gonna be able to get a full combo off of it, but looking out for a DB that's not there. Iago goes down without a swing. Monarch up 2-0.
Yeah, again, Monarch really needs this.
Battle 1.
Yeah, the unfortunate bit of this is that Ferry is forced to approach. Right, when you're at this spacing full screen, this is the Metera zone. The Ferry doesn't have a single button that is able to reach that far. So you rely almost entirely on whip and prayers. And you know what? Making it happen here, though, Iago getting a good corner combo. No setup into GG, doesn't have the cooldown. We don't need to worry about that when we have the good old trusty Pharrell. That butterfly is following.
Yeah, it's just, you know, you're just so committed to just down backing, but the problem is, you know, your backwalk speed is going to match that of the butterfly. It's just like you just trap yourself in there for so long because of that.
Yeah, and now Monarch just playing the game that they love to play. Got a life lead. Doesn't have an unreasonable meter lead. Oh, but now Iago fighting their way out. Trying to chip down this life lead.
Ooh, assault. The assault button going right over that of GG. Ultimately back.
Yeah, and the Raging Strike, Raging Chain gonna be enough to close it out. Monarch moving on to set point here. Yeah, Iago's got to make something happen in order to make them make this fight fair. Just trying everything in their arsenal to make something happen, but the straight arrow connects in full combo off of that, right at the tipper.
Yeah, it's that right there. 2-8 just worked at such a nice angle to counter super jump specifically. That he was so high up, and even then, it's always going to be a heavy counter up there. Here we go. Be able to get the side swap here to GG. Stay still.
Okay, yeah, we're still trying to make something happen here.
Yeah, look at that. The
butterflies
trade right
on screen.
Help. Again, you can't just stick out a button like you want to with Ferry, because then you'll just get blown up by a fireball, of course.
Yeah, exactly. No, and it is very rough to make these things happen as Ferry. Again, I was mentioning before, sometimes you take those trades, sometimes you just can't. And unfortunately, Ferry is just not able to take these trades. Look where it's gotten her, wanting to be in a dream, trying to make something happen, but this could be your last cry. Oh, run up, roll? Again, might have that dog in them. Run up, all DP, taking a Bellfoyboi. The big jump, but no, the ult DP is going to call it out, and Monarch puts a stop to the kibosh that Iago's trying to carry through, and they close it out for themselves.
Good believe for this bracket specifically, it's going to be who can rise up to deny Monarch these points.
Yeah, exactly. Monarch definitely sitting very handily on that top side. Definitely a favorite to move on and win. But at the same time, gonna have to fight the winner of Dragalia versus Ryazo, which we have coming up here in a second. Both very good players in their own right. And of course, if Ryazo makes it through, that is a very tough matchup for Metera to try and get through. So we'll have to see what ends up happening here. Yeah, this is also going to be a very, very fun match to watch. Both these characters are very interactive with each other. They both have very, very interesting callouts for each other. And that's Gran.
That's Gran.
That's Gran, baby.
That feel a little bit blue
Hell
today,
yeah.
ain't we?
Yeah. Maybe
like,
I'm
actually,
crazy.
The thing is, I'm pretty sure is that like Ryazo doesn't specifically play Gran. It's Gex.
It's Gex.
Gran EX, Gex.
Okay. I was gonna say, are you gonna start like making
I'm not.
Hollywood quotes?
No, it's like the
I didn't know.
it's
This
kind of
was
like the
a term?
nickname for EX Gran Gex.
Hey, the Gex on
It's
stream.
Gex, it's
I'm
Gex,
a
baby.
Gex enjoyer, all right? Yeah, we're Gex, baby.
But like, I'm pretty sure he is. He
I
does,
was a knower of this. The Gran EX is something that yeah, the Gran EX is something that he's been playing around with for a little bit, and you know what? He's got it in the kit. But if we take a look at the bracket path of both these players, Dragalia on the side here. Also, I mentioned before, Ryazo had quite a run to make it up here. Dragalia also quite the run against Gris, Hachiman, Donquavious, right? Players that we saw on stream and off stream, but you've definitely seen them before. Gris, longtime player. Hachiman, longtime Canadian player, right? The Just Mids Tio himself, Mr. Mans. And Donquavious, we saw the gameplay before, nearly knocking out one of the higher ranked players, or actually knocking out a higher ranked player just before, but then falling to Dragalia on that winner's side. So nothing to it there. Yeah, Donquavious taking out Bellfoyboi on our stream set before. So qualifying for top 8, really good run. And let's see what Ryazo's had to go up against. I mentioned this before, right? Basu, Mars, Pride, all players that we know and love and have seen. And again, this is just how Kantour is going to be for the rest of it. This gives you a little bit of a glimpse into what you're going to be seeing come August. It is going to be the best players from round 1 playing against each other, right? You're going to have some top 8s are going to pale in comparison to a Kantour top, round 1. So you're in for a real treat here. Top 8 is the best of the best. And we are going to be seeing who will vie for these points and the pot for tonight. Yeah, Ryazo sticking it out on the Gran EX, the player card, the jump scare, jumping back over to the Gran EX. You know what? Fair. Great buttons, good pressure, right?
Yeah, it is just like, yeah, it is practically just Gran, but with like on 20 different kinds of drugs right now.
Yeah, he's got a 5U DP. He's able to have a reversal on 5U, meaning that there's no cooldown. You can never guess when he's going to DP.
And also the fact that it's like his pressure game is up to a absolutely next level due to just the armor break and, you know, the ability to cancel out into specials and stuff. It is like he's just maximizing, you know, Normal's Gran's strength as a Shoto and taking it to a next level. You see right here, we're just maximizing the damage.
Cancel into cancel, right? This is what you're going to be seeing. This is the strength of EX Gran. Able to cancel his specials into other specials. But you know what? Sometimes we don't need all that fancy stuff, like Dragalia says. Just a simple hit confirm, Raging Strike, Raging Chain is enough to close it out. Get that first blood on the board. Oh, nasty far heavy. Able to get themselves a nice meaty chunk out of Dragalia.
We're gonna have to hold all this, you know. And
ooh, and the LTP is blocked. Dragalia getting the full combo here. Not quite. Never mind. I shouldn't have said anything. My bad. Dragalia just shaking off the rush, shaking off the nerve. Trying to keep this corner in the loss.
But yeah, if you don't react in time to the flip, it's just gonna sit right over your head. Especially since Gex's reversal is a lot more horizontal than his other DPs on the regular counter board. So like, you do need to time it extra early.
Yeah, exactly. And you saw before there the use of the LTP. There is use on both sides for this, and there's also, I guess, use for that SSBA. In tough situations, but Ryazo does go down swinging. Dragalia taking that first game. Put that sword away.
Yeah,
taking
now
a little
are
bit
we
of
gonna
time.
think like,
Do I? Yeah. Am I letting it rock? Am I gonna let this Gran rock?
Yeah. Do we let the Gex rock? Oh, we're letting the Gex rock.
You know what? Again, this is first to 3. Anything can happen. You have enough time to think about it. Ryazo was definitely thinking there, you know, do I swap to the Anila so I can swap to Seox so I can get that bounty that is still on the board there, right? Absolutely, what he's thinking about.
Or, you know, Dragalia could just taunt for the funny.
True. Yeah, you know what? I don't think there's a rule about 2 bounties going in once, right? You gotta see.
Yeah, it's like.
Although I think both of those require them winning, so never mind. But you know what? One can hope. And the guard break. Oh.
It's called armor break for a reason.
Yeah, definitely breaks her armor. Galleon getting trounced in the corner there. Ryazo putting up a real show for this first round. Catching them out.
Yeah, it just didn't really. Well, it did have armor break. Could just go for a full conversion, but like not really, just saving all that stuff.
Oh, trying to go for something cheeky there, but Dragalia throw on the wake up. Ready for it.
Yeah, trying the shotgun of the ultimate fireball right there. Not gonna work.
Brave counters traded back and forth here, but the throw bait gonna be able to catch it out. Ryazo gonna be eating a lot of damage here. Into the SBA, and that's gonna be enough to kill Dragalia. Putting a round on the board for themselves there.
Battle 3. Engage.
Man, yeah, you really get to see it here. Ryazo trying to enforce what little they can here, because EX Gran does have his strong points, but that mid-range is just not it, especially by comparison to Dragalia's Narmaya, right? You're going to be having to fight for even just that little bit of space, which can feel like a monstrous task when you're against a great player like Dragalia.
Yeah, as you were saying before,
Klash.
No cooldown on that DP, you can just press it whenever, but like it's not gonna work out totally in favor, you know. You got yourself out of pressure twice back there, but just not able to like get any sort of thing off it, as you know, we're thinking that Gex probably ain't it.
Yeah, I think that using even just Setsuna to build up like a strong mid-game understanding, and then just baiting out those jumps, because Narmaya does just kill you if you jump. She does just convert insanely well off of a counter hit 2H. So you're always having to look out for that. You're always having to look out for the use of the transient to sort of steal turns, go in. And yeah, as EX Gran, it's kind of, the onus is kind of on you to just DP out of that situation correctly with the correct timing and not die. So I'm sure that that's a lot that's weighing on Ryazo here, but not enough to get him to swap over to the Seox. Believes in the EX Gran, believes in the boy in blue, ready to break his limits here and just push further on, try and make that reverse 3-0 run back against Dragalia here. Man, that sets him flashing
trying to work it. Oh, this is way faster than before we've seen Ryazo. We're just pressing every single button and being able to like, counter a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness.
Decimate. Yeah, we're just throwing out buttons.
You love to see it. You know what? Sometimes you got to steal it, right? If you have the ability to, sometimes you just got to steal it back.
Didn't do anything out of that armor break right there. Now you're just going to have to eat all this for your own.
Yeah, getting whip punish to that far M. Will play from Dragalia, but now going to be trading it back. The armor break coming in.
Are you able to just get straight to the... Yeah, I think they're going to kill, going to the overdrive surge.
Yeah. That was enough to, kill.
That's just the big thing about Gex. You're able to just maximize so much damage output with all those new specials.
Oh, the charge version! Crumble state. There's always something you gotta be looking out for from Dragalia. Being able to hold that L Setsuna, that M Setsuna, canceling them into each other. Even, right, there's a layer of RPS that's on top of just this one button on Narmaya's side, but it's not even necessary. An incredible use of the far L into the ult skill. Please tell me that was all reaction. Come on, like you didn't buffer. Tell me. Just say I'm like that. No. I'll believe.
Yeah, I don't think they got enough time to probably say that in Twitch chat or something. Like,
it's okay. You can just whisper it to me. I'll believe you. I'll believe anything you say. That was an awesome hit. Good use of the UDP.
On the DP.
Ryazo trying to fight their way back. Still got that round on the board here, so able to make something happen should the need arise, but it's going to be an uphill battle from here on out. Trying to go for the throw. Oh, the Crescent Moon goes directly over. Going to be a massive chunk of damage taken off Ryazo's side.
Oh, a little bit of a hold on the Setsuna right there. You're going to eat all this damage once more.
Going into the corner, has the 50 meter. We're going to be seeing the exact same combo as we saw before, enough to kill, dumping that damage. This Gran has a future. Taking 1 point onto the board there to start the potential reverse 3-0.
I'm going to say that was more damage than last time because, able to get to the corner, that time able to maximize damage output. But like, yeah, that is the Gex speciality. You just trade like, you know, just a standard Shoto play, mixing around your fireballs, staying mid-range into just full-on headstrong, get my hit in, get all these specials in, and just absolutely kill my opponent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you gotta just let it all hang out, right? Sometimes you gotta just let it fly. And whoa, he's letting it ride right now. He's letting everything hang out. Get as much damage as he possibly can in, but that far medium gonna connect. Get a full combo here, and might be enough to kill.
Yeah, I was thinking, no, it's not. You do not have enough. And there it is. There's the shotgun special right there.
You know what? If people will say anything about the stubby fireball, but you know what? If it hits, it hits.
It's kind of like the same as like Vegeta's EX Fireball, where it's like you want to use it in these close range scenarios. It doesn't have the most range, but it's like you get so much damage off of it and able to
stay so fast. It's active for so long. It's still your turn afterwards. Like what's not to love, right?
Yeah,
massive 2H counter hit. This is gonna be a huge starter, and this is gonna be enough to close it out for Ryazo. A second game on the board. Almost immediately, as soon as we started this game 4, it was done as fast as it started. We might be seeing a real reverse 3-0. Dragalia taking a little bit of a break here.
Yeah, because like that was really quick scenario. You don't want to go straight into, you know, possibly getting reverse 3-0'd at the moment.
And yeah, take your time, get your composure, take a drink of water, make sure you stay hydrated, everybody, all right? It's hot out.
Yeah, it's been.
Yeah, it's just turning up the heat even harder, man.
Some places that have been like consistently 95.
Okay, all right. I know what Dragalia was going for there. I get it. Right, you're playing on the opponent's timing. It just happened to be a DP for some reason. SPA hits.
Oh my goodness, the chips are down and Ryazo is all in. Oh my goodness.
Ryazo pushing themselves to match point with this reverse 3-0 potential here. Cancel to cancel.
Yeah, still plus. You gotta hold all this, and you're kind of back in the corner. But able to get Setsuna, able to push right back out. And the overgrip surge raw? You don't see that because, like, it's not plus. It's -8 everywhere. But, like, oh my goodness, the balls
why not send it? Why not
send
it?
has.
Trying to make something happen. You see Dragalia even just being fearful for 2H'ing in these situations, whereas before they were completely on it. The mental damage might just be done.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, TK flip, finding way. Ryazo got a little bit too cozy in that corner.
And we're going to be moving on to the final game, final round in this winners, just round 1, top 8. I feel like we have a long top 8 ready for us here with lots to offer. So both players now trying to get themselves even further into the winner's side. See who is going to be fighting against Monarch here. Yo, Fireball connects.
DP to spawn. What's it gonna be next? Where's the flip and dip?
Just trading this midstream left side with a massive hit. This is gonna be the first one of many. Ryazo, cash out the SPA.
20% damage bonus coming up right here, but oh
my gosh! No, it whiffs!
Why did you press heavy?
Oh my gosh, the U transient does connect. Bridge counter out. Trying to fish for something. We're not in chip range yet, but we're close.
Yeah, trying to skip our way with a decimate, but triple fireball!
It doesn't connect! The grab! 1 HP in a dream! Both players
backing up, decimate to save
almost in chip range. Both players not quite in chip range, but when DP comes out, Dragalia manages to close it out against Ryazo, stopping the freight train in its tracks. Just needed that one round to make a reverse 3-0 comeback, and just not enough. But you know what? It was a great run from Ryazo, sticking to his guns. You know what? You gotta give the credit where credit's due, right? You stick to your guns. You know, like, no, I'm staying on the Gran, the EX Gran here, no matter what. Does not matter. This is the character that I chose. I'm gonna let it rock, let it ride. And I think that's a level of courage, confidence that not many have. You know, I'd be swapping to the Seox immediately afterwards.
And
Like,
I'm
you know
gonna
what?
say
I tried. Let's go.
In the back corner, we got the rats going on.
Something's
right now.
happening. Yeah, we're having a rat party here.
Rat party.
I'm not a fan
Pull
of
out the
what's going on
rats.
over there.
Happy birthday, Michael.
And this is terrifying. But we're gonna be moving down onto the loser side now to be looking at Fuselit versus Pride, which I believe that's both of them. Is that not both? No. Okay. No, it's not. There's just another rat in the room. There's just another rat in the room. Fuselit is, yeah, of course, rocking the Vasaraga, longtime Vasaraga player, with a very long run to make it up here. 6 games in total, taking on SAPPYROOK to start it off. And you know what? It's a long, long road that they made to get here. But they're both here now, taking down big names, Icebound, Donquavious, right? And yeah, Pride, we saw pretty much the entire run to get here against Ragger, Coffee, Ryazo. Now making it into the top 8. If you're a 2B enjoyer, you love to see Pride in all of these brackets. But now it's a matter of who is the strongest and who's going to be going home in this losers round 1 of our top 8. Vasaraga versus 2B. This is not something that I've seen for a very long time, especially between these players. Both got long-range buttons. Good, just it's the damage differential, right? This Vasaraga, when he gets going, it's so much scarier.
Yeah.
Especially to a character like 2B, who doesn't necessarily have a lot of tools to get out of sticky situations, especially with armor.
Yeah, because it's like, for Fuselit is just one of the best players when it comes to Vasaraga, and just being able to just know when to throw out the armored special, know when to expose a gap, especially against a character like 2B, where like, oh, she kind of just has our mids.
Yeah, exactly. It's giant hits. Like we see there, right? If you're able to call out anything with an armor move, you are able to just capitalize on it. And unfortunately, that's probably bread and butter here. So, gonna have to find an alternate workaround for this. A lot of staggers we'll definitely see. Oh, but the Battalions of Fear, not quite enough to catch it out. Just no combo afterwards. But you know what? A far medium is gonna be enough to close it out. Fuselit getting that first round on the board.
Able to rush. Yeah. And walk right into the swim.
Oh, jumping over the laser beam there. Fuselit, definitely, probably the most jumpy of Vasaragas out there. And not to say that that's a predictable thing at all, but definitely one who likes to use the jump as an offensive tool, just to gain that space more often than not. Oh, the charge heavy? Oh, ow.
That's what I have seen Fuselit try to do lately a lot of times in order to like expose these players, like, you know, going for throws, trying to mash out of pressure, where it's like you'll have delay heavies, you'll have like the delay slash like that in order to like just call out this stuff. And of course when you charge it up, that is just so much more damage just waiting to happen.
Oh gosh, yeah, just trying to fight their way out of the corner here. Pride finally making it out. A handful of pod Bs to get themselves out is nothing to them. A little bit of that skill gauge, which is now slowly ticking back up. But Fuselit just hard calling out the Battalions of Fear, getting full combo, pushing all the way over to the corner here. Not quite enough to kill, but this armor might as well be that situation. It's going to be a massive uphill battle for Pride to get anywhere out of this, but nah, the throw, the great sight. Got to be able to scoop up Pride, close out that round.
Yep, with that scoop, it's always, number one thing about it is conditioning. You are so, every single time, you know, you're getting stomped on, you're just so committed to the block, and that is just such an easy way to just get scooped up for everything you are.
Yeah, exactly. It's the ever-present level of conditioning that every Vasaraga player has to go through, right? Going through the throws, aiming for the highs, trying to catch them who are trying to jump over you. But Pride is just trying to fight where he stands. Oh.
Yeah, there's that stall out right there. If you don't react to it on time, you just get blown up like that.
Yeah, she's trying to fight back now. Yeah, just really easy. 5-8, 5-8, 5-8 SBA. Get a hit from the board, and it looks like a fly touch Fuselit. Just got so much health, so much to work through for Pride. She's gonna have an uphill battle for most of this, but the throw just whiffs, no punish. Trying to dodge everything, but you just can't. The Battalions of Fear closes it out. Fuselet getting a second game on the board. Can Pride even stop this freight train?
It's going to be really rough. But, like, you know, there are options. 2B has access to a multi-hit through the pod, you know, to try to beat out some pressure, some armor, but it's like, you know, you are still working at such a heavy disadvantage with, you know, the decreased damage output that 2B has.
Yeah, exactly, right? It is, at the end of the day, a game of numbers, and those are very much in favor of Vasaraga as soon as he gets in. That's the if, right? And Fuselet's making it a win. Cashing out this massive SBA. This is like 70%. That was such a disgusting amount of damage. And just stomping down, closing it out. Push themselves to match point. Fuselet, it cannot be stopped. Catch with the great side. Just holding on to this armor, but the closed medium gonna be able to close something. Spending a little bit of that money, but for nothing.
Oh. Didn't go for the heavy version. Yeah, you don't get that extra little lunge range, but like it's okay. You know, 2B does a little bit of fly damage.
It's okay. Yeah, it's just a little bit, 30%.
I will say, no armor though.
Yeah, this is where that if comes in, right? If we're able to hold this position against Vasaraga, dodge the inevitable great scythe that is coming out, and just keep him here, you might be able to have something happen. And Pride gonna try and make that happen for sure. Drop the balls on them for an air stall. There's the huge great scythe. This is where the pendulum swings. Fuselet gets everything back, gets that armor.
Yeah, just gonna wait out, try to stall out. You know, maybe 2B will spend all of her skill meter now. Wait through it.
Ah, the scythe closes it out. It's just standing there. The Mexicans stand off, staring at each other, loaded guns in hand. But it's Fuselet to draw first, and Fuselet's going to be moving on deeper into our losers bracket. Pride, unfortunately, eliminated from the bracket, but a fantastic showing. 7th is nothing to scoff at, and especially going down to a player like Fuselet. Can't even be mad. You see the "you are goods." That's the Grand Blue handshake right there. All right, that's respect. All right, both players obviously had a good time, played their best. But only one can move on. So we'll be seeing more Fuselet in the future going up against Iago. Another big body versus Ferry matchup here. And we'll have to see if they fare better than JMAMH, who is stepping up to the stage now against TiempoGris. And we'll have to see how this one goes, right? These are two characters that dump damage. They dump damage.
Yeah, they dump damage, but of course, JMAMH here, the whole track to our top 8, you know, it'll be Lich Day 3-0, Unknown Mag 3-0, Fuselet actually 3-1, very surprisingly, and of course falling to IagoGaraitz as we saw in the stream match earlier. Ferry, just hard way to make way in, but beating LazyRuin as well as we also saw before in order to qualify for our top 8. You know, very good showing. 5 games, you know, it's a tough
not a bad run
here. Yeah, it isn't bad, but it's like, you know, you kind of got beat out by the obvious, you know, having to go against a zoner, but it's like still a very strong showing for JMAMH to make it to top 8.
And let it be known, you know, JMAMH will not have to fight that said zoner, Iago, until losers semifinals, if both players make it up there. So there is still hope that the you know, the paths do not converge. But it is entirely on Fuselet to, you know, hold back the gates of hell, the Iago from running a steam train on everybody here in this losers final. But on the other side, Tiempo also making very good waves throughout here. We did see them lose to Monarch before, not able to make that happen, but managing to climb all the way up here with only 4 games, right? Mythy, ScavengerZ, Unknown Mac. Climbing all the way up. We saw their game against ScavengerZ before as well, taking that handily 3-0 over ScavengerZ Siegfried. Yeah, great run so far, and hoping to keep that tempo moving into this losers round 1 to push themselves up into that quarterfinals. Of course, going down to losers does come with its downsides, but you know what? You can sort of just let it rock, right? If you're in losers, what have you got to lose past that point, right?
Battle 1. Engage.
We're gonna be getting it started. Both players gonna be trying to steal this neutral away from each other. Any amount of damage from either side is a swing of the pendulum in their direction. But Tiempo is almost a little bit reversing that. As soon as we see this SSBA range come down, the Delta Clock becomes really, really real. But we're not going to be seeing that at all. I don't even think we're going to see the SBA going down.
Yeah, no.
JMAMH, get it a very
we are seeing the first thing. We are seeing the first thing that Tiempo did back when, you know, we first saw Tiempo on stream, where it's like, you know, just playing really defensive the first time around, just backing off for the moment, especially since, like, you know, playing a rushdown character like Beatrix, you do need to get into the Ladiva zone, and if your turn is up, then that means you're put into, like, the danger of getting SPD'd at any moment.
Yeah, exactly. And both characters also very unique characters that have command grab. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that far L with punish, getting the U lariat to push all the way to the corner, but Tiempo returning the favor, UDP, getting themselves out of it. Oh man, break counter back out, getting the tempo swinging back in your favor, and Tiempo swinging the tempo as well. Brave counter for break counter, a little trade here and there. Trying to make something happen. This is where it really, really starts to come apart. Both players are probably in a one cap range for each other.
Yep,
any good
SBA
hit
on
would
both
kill
sides. Just need a little stray hit then and there.
Man, yeah, we're just knocking on Heaven's door here, trying to see if anyone will open up. 26 seconds left, and it's gonna be JMAMH who gets that first blood.
Of course, can you close this out? It is a light starter. No, you can't.
Not enough, UDP. And now we got that Delta Clock. Exactly what we were talking about. Thunderbird keeping their turn, but Tiempo gonna be able to catch JMAMH lacking, landing the counter hit 6XL and pushing themselves a round in their favor.
Yeah, right. Back there.
Both players are playing very slow. They're playing very slow right now. They saw what happened last round.
Yeah, there's just so much fear for both sides because, you know, like any single time you get hit by any stray hit, that's just going to convert into so much for either side.
Grabbing
like
out of the super armor.
Just a rare instance of like two rushdown, two kind of just need to be in your face characters, just being scared of being in each other's faces.
Yeah, exactly. At any point, both players could just swing the tide in their favor, and it's that reversal that does just kind of do both players in. You don't want to be in the other person's situation while you have 0 crystals. JMAMH now in that exact scenario. Tiempo has one get out of jail free card, right? Has that brave counter still on deck, but JMAMH will just die to any new hit and has to kind of hold this pressure. And yeah, that's gonna be it. Tiempo just keeping it simple, keeping it easy, using those tournament combos and cashing out their first win against JMAMH, getting that game on the board.
Believe in victory.
Yeah, I will say Tiempo does have a lot more to work with, especially with, you know, having a projectile at all just gives you so much leeway when it comes to spacing against a character like Ladiva. That might just be proving, like, you know, one of the best things that Tiempo just needs to take advantage of in this matchup.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, but getting the grab there, the screwdriver landing onto Tiempo. Yeah, UDP. We've been seeing used pretty liberally here. But JMAMH not quite able to call out the exact timing on it. Now knocking on each other's doors here, trying to find an opening, trying to make something happen, but the mash is going to come in. A nice little 2L, 5L. JMAMH getting all the way, almost to the other corner. Yeah, all the way to the other corner. You get a full cash out too. Catch Tiempo mashing. Ooh, but doesn't get the super, doesn't have enough meter on deck. And now Tiempo, that Delta Clock, really scary. Into the cash out, SSBA. It's not gonna be enough to kill. JMAMH still has lots of active health available. And 100 meter ready on deck. Oh, but doesn't call it out. It gets you command grab. No crystals. Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of damage.
Yeah. Right there, Beatrix has her own command grab that like no one's really going to be able to anticipate. It's just as aggressive as SPD pretty much, you know. The fact that you can just use it to close out these rounds just like Tiempo did right there. Yeah, again, she just has these options that can just work their way around JMAMH. Like right here, uh-oh, you didn't guess correctly.
Yeah, now you're going to be taking a boatload of damage. Going to be cashing out into the SBA off that fireball. That's going to be a sizable amount of damage, even on Ladiva's big body, but she looks like she's going down. Tiempo catching JMAMH lacking and moving themselves up another second win. In a very similar situation to what we saw on stream before, right? But against a much different opponent here. JMAMH not able to find any footing here in this match, or nothing that is consequential at least. And you best believe, the next time we're in that situation where JMAMH is able to let the SSBA rock, they are not getting nothing is forever. All right, the 5U is not getting traded. We're gonna see it. I'm a believer. But that's if we get there. Tiempo holding the tempo here, yeah, pushing him back to the corner. JMAMH, no crystal.
Yeah, just nothing to work with right here. And yeah, gargantuan 6XL right on the tip of it. It's just going to be enough to...
Yeah, now on set point. Tiempo looking really, really good, trying to close out their spot in this losers quarterfinals to go and fight Ryazo. Make something happen. JMAMH spending the points liberally here. You know what? If you have the money, you might as well spend it, right? JMAMH is a firm believer. This investing stuff, we don't believe in it. Money's made to be spent. Ah, yeah, the UDP fighting it back. Tiempo now trying to keep JMAMH in the corner. Swap to the other side. Man, this is so tense. Both players just trying to find an opening in each other's neutral.
I just think that Tiempo's like just hang back in those times where it's like you just don't have the projectile waiting for the down to be up.
Massive hit. This is going to be a ton of damage. No crystals on Tiempo's deck. Not able to do anything, but at the same time, has that Delta block. Got to be careful if you're JMAMH. On the DP, the headbutt. New headbutt of love. Get out of here. Tiempo now kind of losing the footing. JMAMH managing to make it come back. One of the first rounds that we've seen that JMAMH had the crystal advantage. Whoa, but the screwdriver does not connect. Tiempo getting a full combo off of this, punishing. Looking for the headbutt of love. That's enough. Going to the mid screen. What's gonna be the next move? Another screwdriver. Looking for the DP, not quite correct. Yeah, really, really looking for these DPs here.
Oh my goodness, we guessed wrong side.
Yeah, unfortunate. That take-up is the same every single time, but it still sometimes comes for you. JMAMH, no crystals. Tiempo has everything in their deck, but Ladiva's got the X Factor. Does still have the tap out. The SSBA ready and locked. A reversal could come here at any moment. Oh, and the hits coming out, 6XL.
Yeah, going to be able to push right to the corner in here. Now in one-touch scenario. Can you get the SBB to close down?
Oh, the spot dodge! No!
BC!
Oh, trying to call up the BC, but Tiempo managing to punish it. Mashing out and getting themselves that game on the board. Not quite enough from... but we're going to be getting into this Fuselit versus Iago. Gonna be seeing who's going to be moving on deeper into this losers bracket before we go and check in on Ryazo versus TiempoGris. Yeah, this is going to be an uphill battle, even just to start for Fuselit. But if you can sneak out these armor stacks, it's playable. It's very playable. Having that armor, very lacking for multi-hit moves, right? Can't really steal much. Gotta get these hits fair and square. Oh, the reversal throw. Moving it back into the corner.
Go. 100 meter on both sides. Anyone can just take a turn if they wanted to, and Iago will do just that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, closing it out, pushing them into the other side, and not going for the cross-up. Instead going for a low Fuselit, probably blocking out the side there. Very common to see in the corner, Ferry drop the GG and then immediately side swap. But she has such a such a monstrous amount of options that, you know what, you can never be right 100% of the time. But now Fuselit.
But like even she's gonna win a lot of these based on these mixups. Like what's going to get the armor out, but not able to get the. But as I was saying before, it's like Ferry can just get so many of these options, so many of these mix-ups. But the thing is that, like, again, it's such an uphill battle with bosses now.
Exactly. And unfortunately, it is still an uphill battle, right? Not all characters are made equal. Some have big bodies and others have big buttons. And in this case, I guess both have big buttons, but the whip carrier here is definitely able to keep Fuselit at bay, holding them back. But only so much, right? Wake up to you, gonna be able to trip up Iago, catch the feet lacking. You're gonna see that low so often. Oh, that was great. The DP interaction, both players trading the UDPs back and forth, but the great side is gonna be the one that wins.
One thing I haven't really seen from Eustace's side is, like, we just haven't really seen those throws yet. So I wonder, it's like, you know, these players probably played around, you know. Oh, wait, there we go.
The great side. It's here. You just have to ask for it. You have to ask for it nicely, and Fuselit is a man of the people. They will provide. Popping the SBA. Iago trying to just stem the bleeding here and control the pace as best as they can. But the knockdown knocks you into the ball. No!
It was thinking you can't test it at any point. You think it's like, oh, I get a hit in. That just means you're moving closer to the ball, and Ferry's just going to be able to take the turn back.
I got my whole life ahead of me. No, you don't. The ball is coming. Oh, the all GG connects, and that's going to be enough. Iago takes the first game on the board here. The TILIN on TILIN violence is cannot be understated here, alright? Also, Fuselit's cards good. Alright, hell yeah. I thought that was a specifically South American thing, but you know what? He can have it as a treat. Nice, good use of the UDP, knocking them back onto GG. Yeah, always looking for that Youth Battalions of Fear, multi-hit UDP, able to cut off the Battalions of Fear armor that it has in the U version. I'm out of here. Unfortunately, yeah, when you're doing it mid-screen, it is a trade-off, right? You are throwing them back all the way full screen, and it is that's a fair rate. You're throwing mid-screen.
Right there, you are going to have to hold that ball. You can't get yourself out of this. But,
oh, man.
But not enough time against the GG.
Not quite able to. Yeah, I said it before, I'll say it again. Uphill battle for Fuselit. Trying to gain a footing here, make something happen. You can see a lot of backdashes here, trying to get that armor stack. But now the armor is taken, right? You use the little sigil there, that timer just starts ticking as soon as you use a skill, and it's up to the boss rocket player to make something happen. Nice, trying to make something happen. Fuselit pushing Iago all the way to the corner here, still has the lead on everything imaginable and lands the hit. Gonna have enough for the SBA, cash out.
So it's like, you don't really have your stomp available, but you do have 2H as well. For your armor.
The charge 2H hitting and not seeing death immediately appear, One Punch Man style, is crazy. But IagoGaraitz, Iago still goes down, swinging. Fuselit finally getting around on the board. Ooh, blocking the overhead. Good fuzzy guard. Trying to go for the air throw. This Ferry is just dancing around the screen, up in the air. Up, down, left, right. It's so hard. We're Konami coding all over the place. Nice DP into the full combo. Oh, nice 2M. Calling out Fuselit on that stomp and getting the perfect, those 7 golden letters across the screen. Gotta be a lot of mental damage for Fuselit.
Yeah, that's just a hard one to get through because, like, again, you know, Ferry's still having to work for a lot, but the point is that, like, you still need to get in against Ferry of all things, and, you know, it's starting to prove a little bit troubling for Beelzebub right now.
Yeah, exactly. It is going to be tough. Now having to fight with a reverse 3-0 in mind. The only way that they're going to be able to do it, rolling through with 6-6-8? Iago just might be them. They might be them. That was crazy. Knowing that the stomp was going to come out and the armor all is just going to flash out and win the trade. Iago goes for a 6-6-H to roll to the other side and just not be there.
Yeah, surprising amount of momentum to just get off the 6-6-H. And, like, it's just these unique ways of trying to play around this armor, trying to just get around this whole behemoth that is Wasaraga is going to help you just win this matchup overall.
Yeah, exactly. But now Fuselet's still showing that they have signs of life left. Gonna be having to block the ball, block GG, block the overhead, but oh, you can only do so much. Not gonna be death. Lots of health on board, but this is a death by 1,000 cuts. This is a long game. Managing to land the hit. Fuselet trying to steal something back, but not quite. Iago pushing themselves to match point. Fuselet facing elimination from this bracket before it even got started for them.
Yeah, it's pretty dire right now. How are you supposed to get in against a game that's just keeping out so well?
And yeah, Iago is definitely putting on a masterclass in zoning, but unfortunately, the empty jump low is not enough, and neither is that. The UDP gets called out by 2H heavy. Oh, the charge version.
75% of your health.
Yeah, and just add insult to injury, pop the SBA on it as well. That's charged.
One more time.
You got hit 2 times. Both of them were charged 2H. You can sign on the dotted line here for your death certificate. Thank you very much.
Dodge away from the scoop. What a good move.
Yeah, GG behind, not quite in the hit stun though, the block stun I should say. Yeah, Fuselet's trying to do genuinely anything they can possibly do to get this armor off, steal it away, because this gives them options. At least they can do something. Yeah, exactly right there. Able to call out the UDP, even though it's multi-hit, you can still just stomp on the ground.
Yeah, if you stomp, that's just free armor for days, but the up dog into the GG. Alright. Fuselet now sitting way below 20% health, having to still try to work way in against Ferry.
Oh, trying to go for the youth. Great sight that is not happening, unfortunately, as Iago eliminates Fuselet in this. Ryazo, once again, rocking the EX Gran, the Gex, versus the Beatrix from TiempoGris. So we'll have to see what comes out of here. In my mind, I sort of mesh these characters together as like operating on the same like wavelength, you know?
Yeah, because like I do feel like this is gonna be a very big matchup of just being each other's face once more again. It's like, oh my goodness.
Oh, and the throw.
Half health already gone for Tiempo. Oh my goodness.
Unfortunately, pushing themselves out a little bit too far off of that falling JL. Not able to get the throw, but able to convert off of that stray hit on the fireball. Crazy.
Of course, like one of the biggest things between this is like Ryazo is going to be someone who's going to thoroughly be able to maximize damage output every single, and hitting the raw range strike, didn't count for that. Expecting a DP just holding down back, and then just ran straight into raging strike. But like, yeah, with Gex, you know, you just have so much mid-screen damage and all these conversions compared to BH. Like, she is able to apply pressure just so well most of the time with her 6XLs and multiple plus-on-block specials. But it is going to be a matter of like, can Ryazo find that hit and just do all this?
Yeah, exactly. It does still require a push to the corner to get all that damage, but EX Gran not necessarily needing that. All you need is a spot dodge and a dream. Ryazo blocking in game 1 for themselves here. And yeah, like you said, the mid-screen damage might just be that that verifying factor here for Ryazo, right? You're able to get good damage from mid-screen off of good hit confirms, and we have been seeing Tiempo still winning these trades, but all you get is a riding free, H riding free off of any button. And that's about it, right? Push him to the corner, hope that you get another hit, and in the corner, that's when you get to shine as Beatrix, so. Trading in this mid screen here. Tiempo just trying to push to the corner here. Trying to make anything happen. But Ryazo's pressure is just too much. Another.
Yeah, I believe what I failed to mention before is, like, you know, how Beatrix has multiple plus unblock specials. So does Gran.
Wow. They just let it rock. The overdrive surge just let it rock. And the U. You know, that situation.
Like, really does
Other
kind of just
DP.
feel like, you know, Gran is just like a different kind of version of Beatrix, you know, just having to stay in your face, multiple plus unblocks on there, but it's like,
Battle 2.
yeah.
Yeah, it definitely comes from the same cloth for sure. But at the same time, the car's only as good as its pilot. So we'll have to see how Ryazo handles in the long game here against Tiempo. Tiempo, again, we did see in longer sets does manage to, you know, kind of claw it back. Under pressure, they're definitely a very different player. So we'll have to see how they adapt further into the set. Right now, Ryazo looking very strong. Far Heavy doesn't get a confirm. Oh, you fireball trades. It's going to be Tiempo who gets the upper hand. Backdashing, giving a lot of room on the side of Tiempo.
DP right there. It's just working out so well, just for the fact, like, you know, no cooldown and all that. And
And
look
the
at that.
crush. Oh, doesn't quite get it. UDP out. Tiempo getting the tempo in their favor. I'm going for myself.
Multiple
Quite
decimate,
get it.
staying plus, get that chip in. Ooh, just,
Oh, DP!
oh my
God.
goodness. Oh, that projectile saved you.
And now, very dangerous situation for both players. Within chip range, Tiempo running up UDP. HCC is gonna beat it out just a little bit faster than Ryazo's. I believe 5U out before he comes up.
Yeah, right there. You just say something's got to break at some point. I've had enough of this. I'm running in and taking this round now.
Yeah, exactly. Tiempo finally getting a little bit swinging in their direction. This pendulum swings one way and one way only.
And by the way, 2M anti-air right there. What the?
Yeah, right? That was a kind of a weird fall, but at the same time, you know what?
But again,
Don't
yeah,
blame
Tiempo
a tool that works.
Tiempo just so good at picking up whatever button just comes across.
Nice use of the UDP, calling out that fireball. Was very, very meaty. Would have been very plus there. Ryazo saying, nah, this is my corner, baby. All right, we're playing by my rules. I'm gonna sit over here. You're gonna enjoy the beautiful pillars of this temple. Trying to bait something. Run up throw though.
Yeah, staying patient, but a little bit too patient. And by the way, you have Delta block.
Yeah, that great factor could equalize it, but not enough. Ryazo finally finding a crack in Tiempo's defense and closing out game 2 for themselves here. Tiempo gonna have to take a little bit of a breather, see if they can compose themselves, see if they can bring it back from the Clutch's defeat against Ryazo here.
Yeah, because like really back. Oh,
I just saw Nerf
that was,
on Ray
that
in
was
chat.
Ryazo going back to the room. Interesting. I guess, you know, buy some more time, you know, just in case, because, you know, it's just better to go back to the room if Tiempo wants to take their time.
Yeah, it's important to let each other breathe. Everybody here is a high-level competitor, right? They all know what importance there is behind a good break. You don't get to this level of play by rushing things, right? So Tiempo just taking their sweet time, you know? You got the clock, you got the stage. It's all yours. There's no time limit here. Perhaps maybe an issue. Okay. Now we're calling the hard 3-0. They're the reverse 3-0. Okay. Now we're calling it. Many chances have come up in the past, but this is the one. Put your chips down.
Beatrix.
I am betting everything on this. Well, the thing is that, like, I'm not sure. Has the Kanme admin in stream chat gotten any of these correct yet?
None so far, but you know what? I can't fault a dreamer.
I believe in it. Maybe one day Kanme will be correct.
And
But
that's
hey,
a massive
this is a
slows heavy. This is a good start. If you're a believer, this is exactly what you want to see. Massive grab. I knew that nothing is forever. Does give her a stack of that Delta clock.
Decimate is plus. Hold it, hold it, hold it.
One up. Tiempo getting
Yeah,
5U for the trouble.
I think Tiempo's just trying to fish the current hit, get the Delta clock out. Don't want to waste it on like any other heavy special, like try to maintain pressure.
Exactly. Trying to make something happen.
Yeah, ultimate DP, just to make sure not to waste it.
Yeah, there it is, and you don't even need the Delta clock. It's just a little animation for you at the end there. Getting a round on the board. Tiempo trying to make something happen. Ryazo really wants this 3-0. Wants to move themselves further on, fighting against the potential zoner, I believe. Right, going up against Iago on the loser semifinals.
Like right here, I am really just seeing so much of like Tiempo's playstyle with how Ryazo plays the X. You know, being able to throw any straight hit. The Gran is just so good off it, basically just with armor break.
Exactly, trying to make something happen. Oh, but that far heavy is gonna connect. Raging Strike, Raging Chain should be enough to close out the round and get themselves to set point. Try to put a stop to Tiempo's attempted reverse 3-0. Could use a 2-2M. Yeah, the closer you get Tiempo to the corner here, the better your chances of getting that high damage that you need.
No, decimated, hits the low, gonna get this corner now.
It's gonna be a lot of damage. Again, we mentioned it before, Beatrix not able to really close out a lot of damage in the mid-screen, but as soon as you reach the corner, that's her domain. Tons of damage that you can push out from there. Ryazo, though, also a big enjoyer of the damage in the corner. Tiempo jumping out of the corner, though, no fear whatsoever. Lets it full send, closing the SBA. Won't be enough to kill, but will be enough to put them in a next touch situation.
But uh-oh, you pressed! I think that's gonna kill.
It definitely kills. Unfortunately, Ryazo got enough to close it out, moving them on with a 3-0 to go up to losers semifinals and fight Iago on that side. Well, I mentioned it before. I feel like I called it. Right, could definitely bring it out today.
Believe in victory.
Again, Monarch is playing at, you know, his top game at the moment, and like, you know, the goal of this is to be the heel of this tournament, try to deny Monarch these points, you know.
Oh yeah, and it's gonna take a lot to deny here as Monarch already getting a very long combo there from about 50% in the corner.
But I will say at this point, you know, being in winners finals, you are guaranteed any sort of points, at minimum 5. So it's like, you know, not as much, but it's like it is definitely something. But you still want to play denial.
Yeah, exactly. Denial's the name of the game, especially when it comes to Monarch
and
on
also
the Metera.
money on the line.
Yeah, money, points. Heck, you get a free registration here or there, right? Like, there's much to play about. But at the same time, this is looking dire. Yeah, you gotta hold so much here. You're in chip out range.
Yeah, welcome to the zone dome.
Yeah, exactly. And it doesn't even matter. You're right in front of her. That far L, very, very good. But first blood for Monarch. Dragalia now getting things started a little bit faster this round compared to last. Not really giving up space, trying to take as much as possible. But unfortunately, rolling into the corner here, kind of putting themselves in a bad situation.
Yeah. On ultimate,
it's a lot of damage.
Flip, one of the best ways to actually avoid it is just be above.
Yeah, just already be jumping.
Yeah, because like surprisingly, that ultimate flip just goes so low. The spawn is so low to the ground that if you're just jumping, it is just becoming easier to punish at that point. Like, for of course, you know, Metera's whole deal being able to know how to fly, working out very well.
Yeah, the Monarch is just looking so ready all the time here for basically anything. But Dragalia is gonna have a hard time to make something happen. But the throw bait is a good place to start. He's gonna be able to cash out about 50% here. Push in the corner and keep your turn.
Yeah, but next thing you want to do is try to bait out that DP, but like,
Yeah, try to go for something really, really meaty, but just no cooldowns to keep the turn going.
Yeah, very sad to see that. You don't want to get Monarch.
Oh, the far heavy hits though.
Yeah, but thankfully something on the board. You got some good hits in there, of course. But will those things aren't easy to come by. It's just about getting this success consistently, being able to avoid whatever Monarch wants to press. Of course, right there, don't put yourself out of range.
Yeah, just trying to keep the turn going wherever they can. Dragalia swapping through forms, trying to keep it guessing. Butterfly effect is very real. Finally getting in with a transient. Catch the SPA. Get all that damage.
Yeah, take out one BC opportunity away from Monarch.
Which is very real here, right? When you are a zoner, Brave Counter is a very, very good option. Oh, almost.
But I will say, even though we are talking about the threat of BC, Monarch doesn't really have yet to use a BC at the moment, because it's kind of like Narmaya's pressure does rely more on mid-screen, you know, light to 2M, but right there, you're really able to get in and catch Monarch mashing.
Yeah, and you know what? I think even just caught the spot dodge recovery there. Oh no, it was a counter hit. It was a counter hit. So, yeah. Sometimes you just get close held. Close light is one of the most consistent buttons in the game. If you are in a position to use close light, you must. But Dragalia getting a round or a game on the board here. Finally going toe-to-toe with Monarch here. What we saw in that first game, definitely very different that game too. Ooh, I love that. I love the little trick you use of the Crescent Moon.
Yeah, we're starting to see some heavy momentum show for Dragalia as Dragalia is going to take the lead in this set.
Yeah, trying to keep any amount of momentum that they can over Monarch here. Monarch, definitely a character or a player that doesn't really care about shifts in momentum, right? Is very adaptable, very capable of shifting with the tides of battle as things go and progress. It's kind of hard to get in their head. And as you'll see, they just play the game how they see it. Great reaction there to that roll. Trying to go for the throw. That traded. That's so crazy.
Yeah,
so crazy.
That's the butterfly effect. It's just so active at all points. You cannot do anything against it, really.
It's butterfly v butterfly here. Hey, I didn't even clock that. It's gonna be a very, very tough battle for Dragalia to get out of this situation. Yeah, that's a little bit too tall of an order for them as they go down that round. But Dragalia still now has the life to try and fight. That round start, trying to make something happen, but Monarch is not swayed by it. I didn't set off the butterfly.
Monarch has just been so on key, you know, just being able to mash out all of Dragalia's pressure and just never having to use BC, and like that's gonna work so well in the long run, just not having to spend any of it and just ending up with you know, having to take more damage because of it.
Yeah, exactly. And again, the liberal use of BC has its uses. It is quite powerful. But at the same time, you are taking so much more damage. Like we see there, right? Just the far heavy blocking Dragalia on the top of her head. Monarch going up 2-1 now in this set.
Yeah, now he's getting back to liberating. No need for really any swap. Narmaya has been the most consistent character for Dragalia at most points.
No, I don't think I've seen Dragalia swap off, even during the Narmaya EX trade. I don't even think I saw them playing that. Very, very committed to this character. A character specialist, if you will. But at the same time, that's how they get these placements, right? This is why they're currently sitting in winners finals in Kantour #1. From that dedication. Oh man, but dedication if dedication got you results, you'd have a very different world here. Unfortunately, you gotta have skill to back it up. Monarch really putting Galleon to the test here, weaving in and around everything. But Monarch manages to land a 2L. Catching out, or Galleon catches out a 2L on Monarch. I'm flabbergasted.
I like the idea of spending Ooh, but no. But like, I did like the idea of spending all those rating tricks, trying to buy as much time to just stall out that butterfly following you, because like, as Monarch will be itching to take their turn back as soon as possible with the butterfly out. But yeah, just dive really close to the corner.
Yeah, and there you go, the transient finally managing to land a hit there. Looking sort of way, going to another stance, but getting caught out trying to press something. Unfortunately for Galleon, trying to do something and they're not quite prepared to do.
Yeah, like right there, the assault catching the ultimate fire moment. Oh,
that's not gonna be it, and that's gonna be enough. Monarch taking over Galleon, putting themselves into the grand finals of a cliff. This is a sheer cliff face, directly in front of Iago. And it's in the form of a 5'8" Catboy.
What a way to describe it, but it is like, you know, it's got a little bit of stuff to work with. Back to, you know, it's going to be low health versus low health, but the thing is that, like, for Seox, way lower.
Battle 1.
Yeah,
also,
low health.
I'm going to say real quick that, I actually did get one of the gifted subs, by the way, so, hey,
go.
Why not?
We take those 78 people in chat here ready to watch some good Grand Blue action, and you're gonna get nothing fewer than that right here. Ryazo taking a lot of damage, jumping himself into the corner, a little bit of a slip up, but still using the Ferry to get themselves out of that situation, and now they're just running the mix. Trying to open Iago up, but unfortunately the throw attempt is not gonna catch anything. Maybe a misinput, maybe a something else, but unfortunately, excuses only get you so far here. Let me see the move.
Yeah, I think one of the most defining things of why Ryazo gave big Seox in this matchup is just the movement you'll be able to get off the air. You know, every single time you want to call out one of those whips, you want to call out Gigi, like you can just jump out of it, you can dash out of it. It's just like those extra movement opportunities are going to help you just close the way in against Ferry.
Yeah, and there's a lot of ways to get in. There's not a lot of ways to get out of the situation. That BC is a finite resource, and Ryazo's cooldowns come back every single second, right? It is going to be very dangerous to be in this situation if you're Iago. Yeah, break counter out on that 5U. Not really a scary situation to be in. 5U almost always not the Seox player's turn, but at the same time, I can understand it. Get out of that situation. But now you gotta face the music. Blocking the UDB, Ryazo just keeping a train running here. Oh man, Ryazo just keeping tempo rolling here. Unfortunately, Iago, it doesn't look like he can really push back in any direction here. Nice, use a parry on round start too. We're just showing off. We're just showing off. Nice, good spot. That's so crazy. It didn't even flash with the fireball. It just went through. Iago finally getting some much needed reprieve from the Seox on top of them, trying to make something happen. Oh, but not looking out for it. Ryazo stealing away the turn and stealing away the life bar. Now we're in the corner. Oh, incoming ball. It's ball time.
Yeah, but you're gonna be a BC if you hold it. But not enough time to get that off.
Yeah, Ryazo, not much health to look at. Unfortunately, just small trades throughout the game, right? It looked like it was going in Ryazo's favor the entire time, but you know, death by 1,000 cuts is very real when you are, you know, about 800 cuts short than other characters. Oh, that's pretty cool of that combo. Both players playing very, very slow, and then all of a sudden, can't walk forward. The 2-3-6 comes for everybody. Again, trying to equalize the term, trying to keep this mid screen, make sure we're not giving up too much space. Oh, but
all fairies love baiting that. And oh, your mask is broken.
All cosmetic, baby.
It's just a weight, isn't it?
It's just something to look cool with. Oh, but the close medium hits and nothing. No combo, no nothing. Pop the SSBA and it might just hit.
Oh my goodness, didn't get the full but
okay,
yeah,
I
you
respect
won that
it.
one back.
I respect it. I respect it. Run up. All you need is a little tap here. Iago going for the instant overhead right in jail. And you love to see it, right? Like the
yeah,
so
like look at that. Like I said before, you need the parry dash move, and you can get out of it is just going to be such a defining factor of escaping this zoning pressure.
Now, being able to parry most options, the close heavy, very, very meaty close heavy, does give you just those options against Ferry, even outside of the neutral, on defense, that you need to really stop her from doing Ferry things, right? Ferry's a very, very one-track-minded character. She just wants to keep the Oki going. Keep the GG on top of you, keep you guessing, and eventually you just go down to 0, right? Seox is a very unique character in that they can just say no. They can say no at any point, put up the stop sign in that parry, and force you to stop what you're doing. Go for something, a throw defensively, back into the corner, a second one for your trouble, onto the GG. This is gonna be death.
Yeah, just 3 consecutive wrong guesses. It happens to anyone.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes it the Gran Blue giveth, the Gran Blue taketh away. Ryazo getting a full combo here. Hard calling out the buffer.
Perfect situation to be in. That Scotch right there, crossover, able to working out well for Iago into this instance. That is interesting. Usually you would get blown out just doing raw crossover.
Iago's still fighting with a lot of fervor here. Nice use of the spot dodge there. The very, I mentioned before, I'll mention it again, very much harder this patch. The frame data is variable on that move now. So the timing is just something that is manual. You gotta do it, you gotta feel it really hard. But Iago got no HP in chip range. Ryazo's gonna take that all away from you, chipping out a second game on the board for themselves, taking that game 3.
Yeah, really interesting. Looking forward, of course, you know, just all these ways that Ryazo has just been able to mitigate all this fairy pressure. But even then, you know, we've seen strings of where Iago is just able to maintain that zone or maintain Oki, but like it does hinge on the fact that Ryazo just guessing wrong every now and then.
Yeah, it can happen to the best of us, right?
Yeah, especially since like, you know, you could just mitigate having to guess through that parry.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? GG does kind of just eat the parry if you want to. You can just sit there and do nothing, right? Of course, you do lose the true 50-50 off of that. But an option's an option here. And you need a lot of options if you're going to be fighting against Seox. Nice. Calling out the backdash there.
Yeah, like,
there it is again.
No need to guess as long as you have that parry.
Yeah, exactly. The 50-50, you got to be playing off the timing rather than the option, right? If he goes to the parry, it is a committal option, right? There is lots of lag time afterwards, especially on that dash, 30-something frames, that you have full period of time to go and punish. But Ryazo, knowing how Iago works, but not quite knowing how he functions. See, raging strike after a roll there. Oh, that can't do it. You can't keep the man down, Ryazo. SBA looking to close it out. Just a couple of pixels, a couple of hits away from getting that loser's final matchup that they want.
Yeah, but here it is. Big ball. just gonna hold on to them.
And the trip, the 2U gonna catch it out. Iago still signs of life, fighting back, trying to push this to the ever-present game 5. Everybody loves a good game 5 here, all right? Good Grand Blue is here what we're here to see. We're just keeping things rolling. This is the most active I've ever seen a Ferry player be in a matchup like this. Usually playing very reactive is the move. Iago's not quite looking for it, but unfortunately, Ryazo really likes that gameplay style. Winning the scramble, closing in. Oh, trying to bait out something.
Yeah, Ferry is sitting on 100 meter right now.
Yeah, and here we go. Again, true 50-50. No parry this time. Gonna be going for another one.
One more time around, but just a raw parry.
No fear in Ryazo. But parry is a reversal at the end of the day. But I don't think we saw a single parry get punished. They were all right, just in the mind of Iago, even through all of that. But now, gotta lock in, hop it on the Gran EX. Very different character. Okay, not that different. But Ryazo's now just, letting it ride. You know what? We are in the money. This is a celebration game to an extent. Let the broad rating breaks ride.
Okay, but I was like, yeah, you do want to celebrate, possibly make some money here. But I was like, don't you want to make some more?
Well, yeah, why would you not want to make more? Nice, good hit. No BB from either side. This is an incredible round 1 as Ryazo takes that first blood.
That's Grand Blue, baby.
That's Grand Blue, baby.
Everyone hates these Skittles. They're going to get rid of it as soon as possible.
Love Grand Blue. Oh, look at this. That's what we call neutral, baby. Oh, my neutral, baby! If you play like this, don't hop onto ranks between the hours of 3 and 9 p.m. All right, I get back from work then, and I do not want to see Ryazo. This goes for you as well. But at the same time, Dragalia, you know what? Live in my worst fears.
Terrible. The Gex zone.
We're in the Grand Zone. The boy in blue making a wondrous return to the screen. Ryazo giving the people what they want. But by the people, I mean me. Love to see this Gran on screen. Taking a very handy game 1 here as well. You love to see it.
Yeah, it's like, again, steamrolling has just been the name of the game for Gex, again. It was a little bit slow to start this time around, but like this time, it's like, I feel like, the adrenaline is running so high right now for Ryazo.
Yeah, exactly. And again, you gotta remember that by comparison, Dragalia has played one other match outside of their game with Ryazo, whereas Ryazo has been on a run of 3 games, almost back to back to back. Here. So this is now their 3rd game in a row, having to play 2 different characters against 3 different players. You have to wonder if there is like a level of either tempo that they're bringing into this, or maybe just a little bit of disorganization trying to swap between the Seox brain and Gran brain.
You're feeling it right now. Your mind is completely in. But like I will say, it is a double-edged sword at the end of the day. Like, while you are just knowing everything just like that when Galleon was going to charge in, now going up 2-0. But like, again, as I was saying, double-edged sword. While adrenaline making you just feel high, feeling this euphoria right now, being able to guess anything and everything. There's also the downside is like, that fatigue is going to set in at some point. Your mental state is just being stretched thin with how much you're just able to guess correctly. Essentially, you're going to start slipping up at some point.
Yeah, and the rust does come in. The rust does come in, right? If you're actively playing, you're hot. You're on the hot seat here. Dragalia's last game with Ryazo went 3-2. It was very, very close. Ryazo almost making a reverse 3-0 comeback in that set. So Of course, there is going to be nerves. There is going to be rust, even with sitting there for about 30, 40 minutes waiting for their game. It's going to happen to anybody, but Ryazo needs to hope that the rust doesn't shake off Dragalia here, steal the win, get themselves into grand finals. That's where the real placement is.
Again, there's that little misstep. You're feeling the adrenaline so much. You expect to be right there, but now you're not.
Yeah, Dragalia trying to capitalize as much as possible. Nothing really too impactful so far. Right, narrowing down this 50% lead, taking about half of Ryazo's health just off of these small little chips here. But really needs a meaningful hit.
I did not realize how
like full screen.
I actually did not realize how fast that ultimate fireball was. Like, I don't think like regular Gran ultimate fireball like zooms you that quickly. Actually,
it's shotgun, baby.
Yeah, it is a shotgun.
Now we're all the way to the other corner.
I'm guessing that is a normal response if you were to get shot by a shotgun.
Yeah, not great.
Not to say I've been shot by a shotgun.
Oh my gosh, to you!
And this, he's going. Shifts are down. He's all in. Oh my goodness.
All in. Cashing out the SSBA. Dragalia has to be feeling that one. Winning for so long, only to get pushed over to the corner of Leaf has to feel bad in any scenario. But now, new round, facing down the elimination here. Ryazo moving on to set point. Hey, this is a blink and you miss it type of set. But anything can happen here at Kanme.
This has got to feel right.
Oh, it's got it. Yeah, no, you're good. Still a chance. Will the Kanme mod actually get the 3-0, the reverse 3-0 that they deserve? I don't know. I'm a believer for them. I'm a believer for them. This is the first one that I'm in on. I'm in on.
Yeah, sadly, I'm the other way around because I am a big believer in agenda. I'm sorry, Kanme admin, but you will be wrong until forever.
Yeah, this one is different, all right? I'm putting my channel points on it. But Dragalia's got a long way to climb in order to make it all the way back here. Still, got to close up this game. And unfortunately, you're facing the corner. Another throw.
Armor DP, that's not
nice use of the flip. Brave counter gets called out though. Full punish. All right.
Perfect spacing to avoid the brave counter as Ryazo.
Just, we're ready. I'm ready to see it.
Big money. Big money.
It's big money to play for. You know what? I've seen people brawl over $5. Who's to say what they'll do for 200? Everybody's gonna be pulling out all the stops. Hey, you know what? Yeah, you can't hate it if you don't try it. Metera, of course, on that winner's side, Ryazo's gotta make it through at least 6 sets to close this out, or 6 full games at the best of scenarios.
Yeah, man, calls out on the first 3-0. I'm like, get one of those situations with Kanme.
Yeah, we're off to a very swingy start already. You can't do that. Wow, okay, the U empty hand manages to actually land on the other side to get a full combo here on Monarch. Anything can happen. Spot dodge like 3 times. You do what you can here to survive in Grand Blue, and not enough from the side of Ryazo getting his toes touched by Monarch. Going up that first round.
It is like Monarch is already keyed in to like Ryazo shenanigans. We're like, yeah, you can't jump that.
Yeah, unfortunately.
You would think like the dash options that Seox gets off of Ferries, hopefully it would be able to, get some invulnerability frame, be able to move around the arrows, but like, butterfly still coming.
During and after that dash is, it's not possible, right? You are moving in a straight trajectory directly into Monarch's loving arms, but at the same time, you know what? If you get in without that parry, you can make a lot happen here while keeping up the JU pressure. Real or not, Monarch, hard calling it out. rolling on the corner, trading that spacing, but we're gonna be trading footsies here.
Yeah, just trying to push into the corner, maximize damage output. You're definitely not going to kill here, but you're going to try to make it as close as possible.
Yeah, we're gonna be a one-hit scenario, and that throw, or that DP is not gonna be enough. A throw to kill.
The taunt of just waving your hand in Monarch's face, trying to get that DP out no matter what.
Ryazo. Oh. Yeah, not going for anything too crazy here. Play it super safe. You gotta earn your way in here. Monarch has the skills to pay the bills here. Able to react to every form of empty hand that Ryazo has managed to push out so far.
And jumping straight to the butterfly, oh no.
Oh, and yeah, manages to get the overhead there. Closing out that game one. Monarch.
Totally, completely unreactable.
Yep, it's the hardest button to block in the world. What can I say? I get hit by every 667 in the game.
Yeah, high or low, or awkward cross-up
Or in
overhead.
between, right? Guard crush, armor ability, like it doesn't matter. 667s or 667s, I'm not blocking it. I didn't pay for it. I didn't pay my $60 to block. Alright. Oh, and finally he manages to land the empty hand out of the corner. Monarch finally not looking for it, not reacting in time. And it's exactly what Ryazo was looking for. Cashing out like 60% here. Onto Monarch's health bar. And the safe jump just gonna land. Not even a mash, not a punish, not a nothing. You just got hit.
Battle 2.
Simple does
Blunder
it.
from the
Simple
side
does it.
of,
That's just what you need. And one more empty hand punish.
Oh, not again. We get the full combo here. Full safe jump and everything. Keep it up where you can. Nice attempted spot dodge there, but not quite enough. Ryazo fighting their way back in. Few scratches, 236U. Closing it. We're just trading blow for blow here. Both players losing health as they go, but Ryazo is gonna be the one going down. Getting crushed by that U butterfly.
I do like the gutsy call of like just running in 6 excelling, trying to beat out Metera pressing a button and the butterfly. But it's like, right? Monarch actually got the favorable outcome, right? Like Monarch was jumping, gets blown back, and just creates more distance for the butterfly to catch up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and keeping that distance, using those Starry Knights to break the butterfly and keep the Seox guessing, right? It doesn't matter if you're correct or not, or if that hits or not. All it matters is that there is them blocking, right? Any amount of chip on Ryazo, on the Seox, he's going to be exponentially better than against every other character. With that low active health, it's going to be a nightmare. We're seeing it here, right? It's death by 1,000 cuts, like we've seen so many times before, but sometimes all you need is one really good cut. Ryazo getting that empty hand, third of the game there.
Yeah.
Close at their own game one.
Yeah, Ryazo's locked in on just knowing when to use those empty hands now. It's like, this is Defiant album, but it's like, of course, we're only 2 games in, 2 away for both on winning the set. There's still time to make adjustment, and, you know, it's up to Mark. Just you know, be able to call out this stuff.
Yeah, it's on them to set the pace and try and keep that pace, right? If you let Ryazo keep things going, there's not much that you can do against them. Oh, trying to go for a 6XL, trying to call the dash backwards, but instead, we're going to be stealing the turn. Ryazo getting a very, very good pace going into this round 1. Game 3. In the corner here. This is definitely a next guess. Oh man, that could have ended so badly. Starry Knight does connect, but doesn't quite hit the ethereal seal. That butterfly not really helping out in any way on Monarch's side, but he's just taking the chip where he can. Layering Great Falls, trying to do anything they possibly can to keep Ryazo away, but a 5L gonna be enough.
Battle 2.
Yeah, Yeah, just able to call out that back dash right there. Simple does it, you know. Back dash not be easy. But now we're in the zone though. What a mash!
Another throw back to the other side of the corner. Push one way, push the other. Ryazo still trying to fight this life lead. That fireball didn't connect. Both players just staring each other down. Letting the cooldowns fly. The cross up to the other side. The spot dodge unfortunately goes a little bit awry there. Monarch not pressing the guard button.
We're trying to, no way we can close it out here. It's just too much scaling.
Not quite enough, but next hit does kill. Oh my gosh, the error. Fireball. Oh, the throw. Okay, all right. The Grand Blue handshake has been met.
But it's like if at any point Monarch pressed any button right there, that butterfly would have activated and blew up Ryazo. That was just a little bit too scrambly right after Grand
Run up
Blue
throw
handshake.
again. Run up throw again, I believe. That was a crazy end. Yeah, Monarch taking a little bit of a chance for a breather. Have a little sip of water, see what you can do. Read the old notebook, just gap.
Oh yeah, the gap book. Wondering, do we need to pull it? We definitely need to pull that gap book out tonight.
It is a necessity for facing off against Ryazo and Seox here. Wow, using the Starry Sky in the air to try and get around the use of those scratches, but not quite enough. Ooh, and that was a bit of a blunder. Monarch trying to fish for something that just wasn't there. Fish ain't biting. Going for a cheeky throw. Ooh, we're trying to bait a Brave counter. Again, swinging at, tilting at windmills here. Things that aren't there. Oh, we're looking for something, but it's Monarch who's gonna crack first. Ryazo doesn't have to do anything more. You got lots of combo scaling still to go, but sometimes you just gotta send him home. Ryazo on reset point now.
Oh, it's getting real close now. And what is this conversion?
Yeah, the Pharrell managing to pick it up. And the delay, Monarch caught lacking. The H fireball able to land. Oh, a throw back into the corner. Now it's your turn to hold it. Mom said it's my turn with the corner.
Now I'm saying is what Ryazo was doing to Metera before. Metera actually kind of does have that exact same stuff with her, you know,
able to do it right back.
Yeah, you right there. Yeah.
Oh, I love this combo. It's so long. And that's going to be enough to close it out. Monarch with a nearly 10-second combo in the corner. Something that is almost unheard of during Scrambling. Short and sweet is how we like it. Hey, you know what? True.
That kind of felt like an Avatar of a loud combo, though.
It definitely feels one way or the other.
And
but,
the butterfly just taking the Ferry.
Going all the way. Except the U butterfly. Brave counter out really, really late into those blocking frames. Yeah, it's 5-0, 5-0. Monarch spent all the money, but he's cashing out too soon. It's not quite over, Monarch. Oh, mashing.
Yeah, that was a prayer right there to go for the cheeky little cross up right there, reset your combo, maximize the damage output, but like just wasn't gonna do it. Monarch was right on the money for that.
Yeah, Monarch always looking for that, and especially if you can take that home for yourself. If you're getting hit, never stop pressing that L button. Right? You get reset, but an L does solve that problem. Nice, good flip. Trying to see the other side of this Coliseum here. And we're gonna be seeing it. Monarch missing that UDD.
That's a definite go right there.
Yeah, that's gonna be the kill. Ryazo back on reset point. We stand on the precipice here. One round.
We've seen Monarch in the same situation be able to bring it back. It just takes a little bit of starting that zoning.
Yeah, we're not asking for a reverse 3-0 here, not yet at least.
Yeah,
we're just asking for 2 rounds.
We can't get hit by the curse yet. So, you know, we're still going to see some good stuff happening.
It's good Grand Blue all around. Fighting their way. Oh, but no, not quite. Backing out, hitting the far L. Set up the U Butterfly. The Ethereal Sigil.
I saw that little stand-up by Monarch right there. Monarch was thinking about pressing the button. Thankfully, just backs off.
Brave countering out of the Starry Sky, avoiding that Sigil on top of them. But now, Ryazo just on absolutely no health. The Butterfly chasing you? Oh, it's so over. Chip damage takes them down. The final set, final game of this set. Reset point, tournament point. Who do you want to see, chat?
I
Do you
was
want
thinking
more
in my
Grand
mind,
Blue or
is
you wanting to
who's
see
the first
Monarch?
person to get ahead and start their pressure, and it's like, yeah, Ryazo is in there right now, already down to half health for Monarch.
We're seeing more Grand Blue. One more hit, 2 more throws. But Monarch fights their way back out, gets a little bit of space. Fighting back to Q, stealing the turn again.
Yeah,
No
just
throw.
spending all these specials, just trying to get enough chip in there to turn this into just that tap scenario.
Oh, dodging into the corner, swapping sides. Butterfly on top of you. This is a dangerous situation.
Yeah, but now that chip scenario, any special kill here, what's gonna be? Don't let me up.
The dive kick is gonna come in. Empty head off the wall. Gets Ryazo the reset that he's looking for. That game 5 is gonna push us into set number 2. Ryazo trying to interject themselves, get themselves some points as well on the board, which I know from previous performance as well. They have quite a chance to make it into the Arc World Tour or the GBVS World Tour. Yeah, we're off to a crazy start already. Great fall off the 2H. Push all the way to the corner. Set the Sigil. You get caught out. Full combo here. Take a nice little reset though, and it's not something that Ryazo was looking for. Monarch take that first blood. The reset set. Oh, stealing the turn there. Very dangerous. Yeah, perhaps Monarch just kind of feeling what Ryazo's been looking for this entire time. Nice hit. Calling out the, I believe, M Fireball there. Oh, and that's not going to be a good idea. Ryazo jumping out of the corner into the hands of the Sigil. Monarch taking that game 1. First to 3 here. This is not going to be the end of all things. We got to see a lot more Grand Blue from both sides to claim the trophy on this Contour number 1.
Far from done. This is only just the start, despite the fact this is just the second set.
This is the last set of Grand Blue you will see tonight. Thank you everybody for joining in. 78 people in the chat there. Lots of love. $200 in the pot. Big thank you to Lich Daddy for bankrolling, making this possible week after week. Now with the Butterfly, yeah, nah, you're getting chopped down.
Empty jump right there, and that's just going to get instantly called out.
Battle 2. Engage.
Empty jump, sit there, wait a little bit. Maybe it's my turn. Nah, slap in the face. Get out of here. Monarch. Very, very convincingly playing during this second set here. Another throw.
Loop City.
Oh my goodness.
And not
We're
able
looping.
to fully off of it.
Oh, and a massive counter hit into the SSBA. Monarch is in a dire situation here now. Tide's turn, 1 VC left to his name. He took the house, he took the kids, he took my life bar. Robbery from Ryazo.
Yeah, Yeah, and I will say, I think we're starting to see a little bit of fatigue setting because, like, Monarch didn't confirm out that light series. Ryazo, we saw earlier, didn't confirm out of, like, close-up light. So, like, I really do think fatigue is setting in for both sides.
Yeah, exactly. There's only so much rambling you can play for so long before you start seeing it. Start to see the fatigue setting in. And all the layers that you have to be on. You mentioned earlier this tournament, you start at layer 1. By the time that you're done a normal set, you're on layer 30. We have to be past the hundreds.
Yeah, it is insanity right now as Ryazo ties up the set now. Oh my goodness. It's all so close. Who can even guess who wins here?
Yeah, it's back and forth for sure. I feel like we're in for another long set here. It's been so swingy. Monarch winning in record time for a Metera game, or Ryazo winning in record time. It's very back and forth. It could be any man's game here.
Yeah, especially for anyone. And I will say, if you are on the East Coast right now, this may stretch straight into midnight actually.
Yeah, this is getting deep in there. Even on the central time zone here, it's getting deep in there.
Yeah, I would hate to have not eaten from this bracket.
You know what? Make sure you stay hydrated. Make sure you stay well fed. If you're here, don't worry. You can go and grab a snack. Come back. There'll still be good Rambloo being played. Kantour ain't going nowhere. All right. Oh, now this Ryazo. He's like, okay, I've gone through all the options now. I've done the reset. I've done the back. What if I just did nothing? What if I just do nothing?
You know how you're talking about, like, you know, we're at this sort of layer right now. And it's like, as a point where, like, we get through so many layers, we just start looking back to doing nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's just the go.
The thing I always love to see, the neutral of standing in front of each other inches away is genuinely the most hype thing that you could ever see in fighting games. Cool combos are one thing, great neutrals another. Staring at each other is where the game's at. Again, both players just staring at each other. Finally, Monarch is actually mashing on the Rekka series. But now that's info for Ryazo, so we're gonna have to see what he does next time. Pop the claws, getting a cool combo here. Spacing specific into the claws. Show me the moon. Down they go, Ryazo. Getting themselves up to the pivotal 2-1. One more, and they could be taking the whole thing home from the loser's side.
Yeah, again, this is the spoiler. This is what you want. You're gonna get, you know, some nice points on the board, but also play spoiler to Monarch. You know, Monarch will jump. Monarch will still gain points, 10 minimum, but it's like, you know, you want to deny being tied up for 11 right now.
Yeah, exactly.
But, like, if Ryazo wins now, Monarch will be sitting in 12th spot all alone.
We're still early in this.
Yeah, maximize your points for these 2-star events.
But Monarch now in the hands of Ryazo here. Only thing between them and this payout is right in front of you. 2 claws in hand, a mask over his face. He's trying to rob you. A ruffian even, oh my goodness. This is just straight criminal. No, and the spot dodge is not enough. They were looking for it, but just a little bit of micro adjustment to the side of Ryazo. That timing change is gonna bring them to set point, tournament point. Break down a route, but the Ferry's gonna get caught. No throw.
More throw loot for you, but not close enough to the bar fight to kill the extension.
That great fall into the corner. This is gonna be enough. No, not quite. Combo limit reached really early there, but the meaty gonna be enough to move Monarch up a single round. And we see this go to game 5 once again. 10 games in this set.
I want to say, even the best players don't know what to do when their 2H just gets blocked. Don't know just exactly to cancel it.
Nice use of UDP. Get yourself out of that tough situation. Ryazo running into the waiting arms of Monarch. The 6XL hits through. Back into the corner. Great fall.
Just play that distance.
Nice
that
spot dodge. You love to see it. The reaction time Monarch has is second to none. You have to spot dodge so early. As soon as Seox touches that back wall, that's your time to shine. More Grand Blue to be played. Moving on to Game 5, the final game of Kantour number 1 here. Everybody, I hope you're hyped. I hope you've had a fantastic evening with us today. I'm sure both the players have as well. Gonna be duking it out for $200. Ever important points.
Yeah, this is all Lich Daddy's fault at the end of the day.
They're playing so hard. They're playing out of their minds. All because of him, all right?
Yeah.
Game 10.
Our unsung hero this bracket. Not the players, but the donors, the people who make this stuff happen.
Gosh, yeah, and finally catches out. Probably the first C360 that's hit through this set. Pushing all the way to the corner. Getting the reset, but no, the UDP gonna come out, catching out Ryazo, trying to jump out of the air, but we're matching right back, baby. That ain't true. That ain't real. I can smell a lie a mile away. It's in the back home.
Yeah, such a great call out on that empty assault right there. Just knowing that Monarch didn't press any button there, able to take the turret immediately, and thankfully Monarch was just not blocking, able to just remotely send it home and set Ryazo up for match point.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Ryazo's movement around the Zephyr, the 5U from the side of Monarch, is just second to none, right? Trying to catch out everything. All right, you moving this way? Bet. I'm going to pre-position myself so that I'm just not called out. One step ahead. But there's only so far ahead that you can be against a player like Monarch. Looking to push this to final game, final round. Ryazo, not much help. Playing so preemptively and off the wall, getting hit. The 2-3-6 hits.
Yeah, but it was on cooldown. You don't get any damage off it, but like that's okay. You want the knockdown.
Yeah, exactly. All you're aiming for is one hit. You have SSBA. Ryazo.
That's gotta be it. That has to be it.
Into the SSBA. That's gonna be enough to kill. No animation needed. Ryazo is your Kantour #1 champion, taking home the pot and the 20 points in the tour.
Oh my.
Good night.